They've come from far and away. 44 players representing 16 Asia-Pacific nations have gathered in Jakarta to do battle for Asia's ultimate team prize, the Simone Asia-Pacific Cup. The picturesque Pondok Indah Golf Club this week plays host to Asia-Pacific's elite women golfers, and the region's finest athletes will compete in a combined team stroke play event over 54 holes in the pursuit of team glory and national pride. Former world number one, New Zealand's Lydia Ko, headlines the field. With one win and a host of top 10 finishes in 2022, she's well primed for the challenge ahead. Korea's Hyo-Joo Kim and So-Yeon Ryu are familiar faces in the global women's game. Along with their fellow countrywomen, these teams are formidable and certainly ones to keep a close eye on. 2019 AIG Women's British Open winner and a 6-time winner on the Ladies Japanese Tour, Japan's Hinako Shibuno is no stranger to holding trophies aloft. Paired with fellow countrywoman Kiriko Shibuno, this partnership poses a serious threat and should not be underestimated. The field is strong and golfing talent runs deep through the region's veins. Will it be the tried and true tour players, or the young and carefree rookies who grasp the opportunity and grab hold of the cup? Asia's most coveted trophy awaits for those who would dare to dream. And two players who have excelled this week are the Philippines' Princess Mary Superal and Korea's Bo-Mi Lee. Princess's rounds of 66-71 creates an enviable platform for a final day assault at the title, and after 36 holes leads the field. Hot on her heels is Korean Bo-Mi Lee, a prolific winner on the Japanese and KLPGA Tour. A win here in Jakarta is certainly not out of the question. It's a day where 5 players commence the final round within 3 shots of the lead, so anything could and probably will happen. Welcome to the Pondok Indah Golf Club in Jakarta for the final round of the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Well, it's certainly set up to be a cracking day of golf. I'm Ewan Porter. I'm joined in commentary by Sue-Ann Hang. And Sue-Ann, we've seen some fabulous golf already this week, haven't we, despite some tough conditions?
Indeed, it has been playing tough, averaging 2 over par the last couple of days. Soft and windy conditions making the course fairly long, so I think patience is going to be key today. There are a lot of birdies out there to be made, but also a lot of bogeys, so you got to have to play smart, hit into the right sections of the green, and just plot your way around the course.
Certainly were plenty of highlights on day 2. Let's recap a few of those. So-Yeon Ryu with a second shot at 15. It was a great fight back yesterday, wasn't it?
She really was struggling early on and just managed to find something somewhere along the way to come back with a decent score.
Hyo-Joo Kim, her third shot at the par 5 14th. What a great round yesterday. 4 under par shot, even par the first day, struggled a little bit, but she's certainly right in contention, as too is Bo-Mi Lee. This was a birdie putt at 15.
She's just been playing so solid all this week, Bo-Mi. Not surprised though, 21 wins.
Incredible, isn't it? She was top 10 in the world back in 2015, 2016. Lydia Ko, she birdied 17 on day 1. Does it again there on day 2, and she's right there in contention, unsurprisingly. But the real star this week has been Princess Mary Superal. This was on the par 3 8th yesterday. 7 pars to start the day. Really a terrible tee shot, and then the most miraculous up and down. And she is looking very, very good. And this is how things stand after 36 holes in the individual side. Princess Mary Superal with that 1-shot lead. Plenty of big names there threatening to spoil her party.
Yeah, Lydia Ko is one to watch out for. So-Yeon Ryu, we know she can go low. Shot 7 under on the first day. Yumin Huang, the super talented young girl. 18 years old. What were you doing at 18, Ewan?
Yeah, I wasn't playing professional tournaments, and I certainly wasn't in contention. Jari Vibunchant there, she's been playing really, really well too. And the team leaderboard, So-Yeon Ryu and Bo-Mi Lee, they started day 2 with a 9-shot lead. They actually were coming second or third at one point. They lost about 10 or 11 shots to the field, but a good finish has them 2 ahead heading into the final day.
This is shaping up to be very exciting in a team format. Anything can happen. A 2-shot lead is really not that much, as we've learned the last couple of days, so watch out.
Yeah, not at all. This was the players warming up a little earlier for their final round, and so much to play for today. No doubt there'll be quite a few nerves out there.
I'm really excited to watch Princess today. What a story it would be if she wins this week. Not only will it validate all that hard work and sacrifice, you know, beating all these big names, but also it'll be her biggest career earnings. It's going to be life-changing for her in many ways. So I do hope she wins it.
Well, let's take a look at some of the feature teams. Group number 9, the third to last group, the Indonesian amateur pair of Christina Yoko and Patricia Shinalungan. Both 21 years old and have attended college in the United States, playing alongside the Thai pair of Onchisa Utama and Jaravi Boonchand. I mentioned Jaravi Boonchand a little earlier, a 4-time All-American graduate of Duke University, currently playing on the Epson Tour in the United States. She's had 4 top 20s this year, and that good form has continued here. And
then in Group 10, the all-Korean lineup. Now, this is a group to watch out for. Talk about a stacked grouping. Young, talented Yumin Hwang, who's impressed Lydia Ko already, and she's, of course, paired with Hyoju Kim, your 2014 Evian champion. And the next pair of South Koreans, Soyeon Yu, did not make, a great round yesterday, but she found something towards the end, playing well this morning. And Bomi Lee, a 21-time winner on the JLPGA, very solid player. This is going to be a tough group to beat.
And no doubt we'll see plenty of big crowds out there following that group. And then in our final group, the New Zealand pair of Lydia Ko, well, we know what a superstar she is, playing alongside Momoka Kobori, who's won a couple of times on the LET Access Tour this year. And then the Philippine pair, Princess Mary Superal, playing alongside Pauline Del Rosario. Pauline Del Rosario, who's been playing in the United States, she had the second best round of the day yesterday with a 2-under par 70. She was really, really impressive. All right, time to head out for some live golf on the Hyundai Stargazer hole-in-one hole. Natasha Oon, the Malaysian amateur, 3-under par today, playing 146 yards down the hill. Oh my goodness, wow, we've almost seen a car go off. First shot of the day.
Will we see a hole-in-one today? Is someone driving away with those lovely cars?
That's an accessible flag there, and a bit of rain starting to fall here in Jakarta. Look at those galleries watching Hyoju Kim play her third shot here at the 9th.
What a treat it is for residents of Jakarta being able to watch some of these girls play. Front row seat to great golf, as we can see there by Hyoju Kim, major winner in 2014.
Has left that below the hole in a good position. The flag there at 9 today, 8 paces on and 4 from the left, but thousands and thousands of people out here despite the conditions. It's just great to see.
We've gotten pretty lucky with the weather recently. Rained early on in the week, softer conditions, but it's been sunshine the last couple of days.
Could you be any more impressed with Soyeon Yu? She shot 7 under day 1. At one point yesterday, she dropped all the way back to 1 under, and that is to get to -8.
This is just what experience does deliver. You know, they just come out, they regather their thoughts, and try and put together a decent round.
Well, after that terrific tee shot at 12, Natasha Oon, this is to get to 4 under par. Oh, that is extremely frustrating. Just recently turned professional. She'd played the US Women's Open this year, winner of the Julie Inkster Award in college. Bomi Lee started the day 5 under par. It has been rough going here, unfortunately, on the final day for Bomi Lee. This for a birdie at 9 to get back to -2. Finally, one goes in. But remember, Sue-Ann, there is so much to play for, but she might be struggling. But you've got to remember the team element as well. Finally, she says.
This is the nice thing about playing the team format, right? You do want to play well individually, but too, you don't want to let your teammate down. So, you know, and playing alongside Soyeon, who's playing really well, hopefully she can feed off a little of that energy and try and come back with a strong 9.
Back at the par 3 8th hole, this is Lydia Ko. 1 under par on the round. This for a birdie, and she gets it to move to 8 under par.
Just watch out. If that putter keeps going hot today, Princess is going to have to look out.
Bit of a mixed bag there. 4 birdies, a couple of bogeys mixed in, but right there in contention as we go ahead to the 9th. Hyo-Joo Kim for a birdie.
It's not going to move very much up this hill. Gotta hit it. Yes.
Well, they're
Hyo-Joo.
starting to roll in from everywhere. They are holding them left, right, and centre. That was a birdie for Lydia Ko, a birdie for Hyo-Joo Kim, a birdie for Bomi Lee. So Yeon-Yu's in there tight.
She is 5 back, which is, you know, a fair ways, but Princess could feel a little pressure coming down the stretch. Anything can happen.
Good sportsmanship there from Bomi Lee and Hyo-Joo Kim as well, even though they're rival teams this week. So Yeon-Yu, this for a birdie at 9.
To go 4 under for today. Yes, ma'am.
Well, well, well. Things are starting to heat up, so it's a birdie fest. Look at that front 9, 32 strokes, including a bogey. Well, so much else is happening out on the golf course. Let's take you through a little update of what has been happening. Chinese Taipei's Chen Xuan Shi at the par 3 12. Her tee shot. Wow. Surely that Hyundai Stargaze is going to go off. This is her teammate Xuan Ping Chang on the same hole. Oh, just peppering the flag. Wow. And this is India's Gorika Bishnoi on the same hole. Birdie putt at 12. Oh.
Now remember, this hole was playing tough yesterday. Not so much today, it looks like.
No, and pretty calm out there early this morning. I think that's the first par we've seen. Everyone else is just making birdies. Now, Diksha Daga, what a great story she has. Birdie putt at 12. Oh. The lefty. Couple of wins on the Ladies European Tour, and actually deaf as well, legally deaf.
Yeah, she's the first player ever to play in the Olympics and the Deaf Olympics.
That's incredible. That's a very inspiring story. So Yeon-Yu, she's been inspiring the last couple of days. Her second shot at the opening hole.
This really is a very friendly opening hole. You want to come out the gate strong. Birdie is going to get her off to a good start there. Bomi Lee tidying up for a par.
Yeah, that's not the par putt you want on the opening hole, but a great save there. Back at the par 3 12, Singapore's Aloysia Atienza. Her tee shot. She's had a great season this year and was runner-up in the Southeast Asian Games. Terrific shot underneath the hole. And on the same hole, Jamie Ng, her par putt. Just slides by. I know you've got big raps on her, Sue-Ann.
How about this? She probably has a banana peel in her bag. She leaves a banana peel in her bag throughout the day. She doesn't throw it out. It's a superstition.
It's a bizarre one, but whatever works. Now, Lydia Ko, birdie putt at the opening hole. And look at that. Did you see that in the background? Princess Mary Superal clapping her. Talk about sportsmanship.
It must be such a treat for her to tee it up with Lydia.
Now, Pipi Yati Keen, the 22-year-old from Myanmar. What a tee shot on 12. Graduate of University of North Carolina, Wilmington. And on the same hole, her teammate, the cult hero, the 41-year-old Kin Tutu from Myanmar. Her tee shot.
14 years playing professional golf.
Wow, what a terrific shot there. Has anyone hit it outside about 15 or 20 feet on that hole?
I think we're going to see a hole-in-one today.
Well, here's your answer. Putri Amani from Indonesia, her birdie putt. No. Oh, my goodness. From what we've seen, how are these players 20 under par each? They are just peppering flags, rolling them in from everywhere. Great to see. A lot of fun. Really bodes well for what we'll see the rest of the day. Hyo-Joo Kim. This was her birdie putt on 2. Gets it to 5 under par. Major champion. And let's go back to the 12th. Indonesia's Ida Melati Putri, the 25-year-old graduate of Purdue University.
A lot of players coming out of college in this tournament. Also,
it's 146 yards. It's no gimme. They're just peppering it. Mi Tao Nguyen from Vietnam. What a story she has. Tee shot at 12. Born in Poland. Went to high school in Thailand. Played collegiate golf in the US. Another cracking shot. Now Tatiana Wijaya, the 26-year-old Indonesian, for birdie. Gets it. It's been a rough week, but still grinding away. So much to play for. Vietnam's Nhi Bao Nhiêu, the 29-year-old, three-time Vietnamese ladies champion, just slides one by there for par at 12. Finally, someone's human on that hole.
She's been on maternity leave for 4 years prior to this tournament.
Oh,
So
great to see her back playing. And this is one of the things, we're learning all these stories about these players. It's wonderful to see. Ida Maladi Putri tapping in there at the par 3 12 for a birdie. So much happening. Let's go out to live golf. The 10th tee, Hyo-Joo Kim coming off that birdie at the 9th. This was the, sorry, Sue-Ann, I was going to say this was the toughest hole on the golf course yesterday.
it certainly was, for so many reasons. You don't want to go left.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wow. Coming
Oh.
off the birdie, the last thing you want to do is give that shot back, and trouble for Hyo-Joo Kim. All right, here's how things stand in the individual leaderboard. Princess Mary Suprel, 3 under par through 8 today, continuing her stellar play.
She's got some stacked players right behind her. So-Yeon Yu, Lydia Ko, Hyo-Joo Kim, all major winners, lots of experience. And then you have Natasha Un from Malaysia playing some great golf today, 3 under par.
It's going to be a very exciting day of golf here on the final day of the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Back to the 10th tee. She's not going to have a great image in her head, Bo-Mi Lee. Love her outfit though.
Yeah, these Korean girls are very fashionable.
And that's really, I mean, it's all part of their marketability on the KLPGA Tour, because that receives so much attention within Korea, doesn't it?
Golf is such a huge sport in Korea. People love their golf. There are some beautiful golf courses as well, as we watch Lydia Ko on the 9. Just laying up here, long ways to the green. Par 5's playing very long this week. Only the 18th being the reachable one. Little high fade, that's perfect.
She is a flusher, Lydia Ko. Always has been. First burst on the scene as a 12-year-old. She lost a playoff at the New South Wales Women's Open, a ladies' European Tour event. I was there. I saw her play. She was 12. Wore big glasses, a little bit pudgy at that age. But boy, what a career she has had. Now, Rosario from the Philippines, second shot at 9. Big hitter. Got a good golf swing as well. This one heading a little bit left, but that will be a-okay. It's a rough start today for Pauline Del Rosario. It was 4 over par through 5 holes. Currently 4 over par for the round through 8. Princess Mary Suprel, another beautiful tee shot. There's a second.
Chasing one up there. Want to be more on the right-hand side of this fairway with today's hole location on the left-hand side of the green.
This is the players arriving for their final round, thanks to one of our major sponsors, Hyundai.
Hello.
The girls have certainly enjoyed this all week. The hospitality on offer. They played the Pro-Am on Wednesday and gala dinners. What a terrific initiative this event has been, Sue-Ann.
It really is nice to watch these players travel together, get to the golf course together, wear their country flags. Team event that we don't get to experience very much in women's golf at all. So this is really refreshing.
I hope we get to see a lot more of it, because it has been enthralling the first couple of days. It's only getting better today. So much happening out on the golf course, including what we're seeing here with Hyo-Joo Kim, who's had to take a penalty drop. But let's watch Bo-Mi Lee play her second at 10.
As you've mentioned, Ewan, toughest hole on the golf course yesterday. She's coming in with a long iron here. Hole locations on the front left. Oh, members bounce.
Yeah, it certainly was. A little more friendly hole location than yesterday. It was on the back right. Now Hyo-Joo Kim, her struggles after hooking a tee shot into the penalty area. This will be her third.
Your warning must have been a very scary one. Good job.
We've seen her hit some wayward tee shots in the last couple of days. This was the first left, I think, the first left miss off the tee for Hyo-Joo. Typically misses it on the right.
Ready to walk the back nine.
Interesting. Players are allowed to use rangefinders this week, but they still have the yardage books out. Plodding their way through the golf course.
Meanwhile, Yumin Huang, terrific second shot there at the 10th for the 18-year-old. 1 over par through 9 today. She's at 2 under. Now, very important stage of proceedings here because the team of So Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee, they're at 10 under par. They're 3 shots ahead. Hyo-Joo Kim and Yumin Huang are at 7 under par. 3 behind. They can ill afford to drop 1 or 2 shots here. So much fluctuation and volatility on the leaderboard over the first couple of days.
Seven iron. Trying to play a little punch. Draw. Ooh.
Found the front right bunker. Not easy, obviously, to curve it out of this Bermuda rough. And she's got plenty of green to work with, but got to get up and down for a bogey. Let's head back to the 9th. New Zealand's Momoka Kobori with her 3rd shot to the par 5. Not a long hitter.
Yeah, this golf course is playing tough for her. She's hitting a lot of hybrids, fairway woods into the green. But she's very accurate. That's not too bad. Pretty simple up and down. She showed some great short game yesterday. Wouldn't expect anything different today.
Yeah, 7 birdies in a round yesterday in windy conditions. So Yeon Ryu at the 10th. 2nd shot, right rough. Good angle though.
Ball was sitting up nicely as well.
Oh, cracking shot. This is just a fabulous display of golf from So Yeon Ryu. Apart from really the first 11 holes yesterday, it's been nothing short of sublime. Now our leader, Princess Mary Superal, 3rd shot at the 9th.
She is showing absolutely no nerves whatsoever today. 3 under par so far, and a chance to go 4 under for the day.
Yeah, just stellar golf. I mean, this is the biggest day of her golf career, no question about it. She has won 3 times on the Philippines Golf Tour, but this is a different level altogether. Rosario will be next from the left side. Not a great angle.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward one. Pretty flat lie. Not a lot of green to work with coming in from the left-hand side of this fairway. Just a wedge, though. These girls are just so laser sharp. Trying to steer it.
It's not a best effort. Just not quite on song today, Rosario. Tough start. The outside chance of a birdie. And this is how things stand in the individual leaderboard. Princess Mary Superal, just such terrific golf. 10 under par, 2 ahead with a chance for a birdie there at 9. So Yeon Ryu, 4 under par today through 9 holes. Lydia Ko. It's going to be a thrilling back 9 here on the final day of the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Back at the 9th, Lydia Ko with her 3rd shot, trying to keep up with Princess Mary Superal.
Much better angle than our Philippine player. She is so good with these wedges. Settle, settle. Just a little too much spin for Lydia. She wouldn't be too thrilled about that.
Remember yesterday she missed a couple of greens with sand wedges in hand. Just both of them came up well short. Hyo-Joo Kim, oh boy, look at this stance. Fourth shot, only can see the top of the flag.
Really want to stay down on this shot.
Well, she played it really, really well, given the circumstance. She does have 6 or 7 feet for bogey, which wouldn't be all bad, but certainly at 5 shots behind, she didn't need to be dropping any more shots.
It's not going to help the team either at this point of the competition. You don't want to be dropping shots, especially when So-yeon and Bomi are playing all right together.
Well, the final group are making their way up to the 9th green. Momoka Kobori will be first to play from short right of the green with her 4th shot. She's been very, very impressive, Momoka Kobori. 4 over par on the first day, couple under par yesterday. She's level today. And like we've spoken about so many times, there's just so much to play for, and the team side of things as well. And they're only 4 shots back. Pretty straightforward shot, and she has a stellar short game as well. Terrific galleries, and they're witnessing some fantastic golf here in the opening 9 holes, Sue-Ann Hang.
What a treat it is for them. They don't get to see Lydia Ko, Hyo-Joo Kim, So-yeon Ryu on this parts of the world very often. So it's a Sunday afternoon. Why not come out, watch some golf?
That's a real treat for our viewers at home as well, wherever you're watching around the world. Hello to you. Now Momoka Kobori, 4th shot at 9.
If you want to learn any short game, this girl is one to watch. She got so many shots in the bag, picks the right ones at the right time. That wasn't her best.
Up at 10 now. This is a big moment for So-yeon Ryu. This to get to 9 under par and pull within 1 of our leader.
Uphill, right to left. Oh, just took too much break.
Yeah, it wasn't her best effort. She's been rolling the ball beautifully, but nothing wrong with a par at 10. As I mentioned, hardest hole on the golf course yesterday. She's only 2 behind. I got to think that with So-yeon Ryu, Lydia Ko just a couple of shots behind, at least one of those players with their experience is going to make a real run here on the backside.
You're right, Johan. I'm really interested to see how Princess reacts coming down the stretch with all these big names chasing her down.
It's hard to see her faltering, and one thing I think it's important to mention is she's had success here before. She won the Pondok Indah International Junior Championship back in 2015, which is a really big global junior event, and obviously a lot of good vibes around this golf course.
Good memories, good vibes. Anything that will help win this.
While we wait for Lydia Ko to line up her birdie putt there at 9, this is ahead at 10. Bomi Lee for back-to-back birdies.
Left to right, pretty flat. Got to hit the speed though.
Laughing, it wasn't her best effort. Always low. I just can't believe she's 32 years old. Like I said yesterday, I'd be asking her for ID.
Koreans, they look after their skin. They have a very regimented skincare routine.
Well, it's working. Lydia Ko, can she get the putter working here at 9 to get within 1?
One of the best setups in terms of putting. Arms just hang. It's very relaxed. Oh, just needed a couple more rolls.
I love how firm her wrists stay through the ball. It's almost a direct line from a left shoulder right down to the putter head.
Yeah, very solid fundamentals from Lydia throughout her entire game, really.
Really enjoying her time here in Jakarta. It's great to see her make the trip over. Now the 18-year-old who's been so impressive, Yumin Huang at 10 for birdie.
She needs this considering Hyo-Joo is putting for a bogey. So from the team perspective, they don't want to drop a shot on this hole. So this will help.
Oh. And you're exactly right. That's going to create some volatility in the teams, because already with a 3-shot lead, So-yeon Ryu and Bomi Lee, that's going to be at least 4 after Hyo-Joo Kim hits her putt. But we'll go back to the 9th for Pauline Del Rosario. This for a birdie down the hill. +4 on the day. She needs it.
Not putting from the best position on the screen. It's going to go downhill quite quick.
Well, it's frustrating, and she'd be feeling it too, because if she was even par for the day, always ifs and buts, of course, in golf, but if she was even for the day, they'd only be one behind in the team side of things. $500,000 US on offer for the individual prize here, 250 US for the teams, which the winning team, that money will go towards the National Golf Association or the National Golf Foundation, which is a terrific initiative.
I just love how they're growing the game of golf.
It's brilliant.
In this way.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, this is a big moment. Hyo-Joo Kim bogey putt at 10.
Oh boy. Wow. That not only cost her individually, but that certainly hurt the team big time. It's quite interesting. With 8 holes left to play, for the individual event, it's a lot of holes, but for the team event, it's really not that many.
No. Well, we saw there was a 12-shot dispersion in 12 holes yesterday with our leaders. Now, Princess Mary Superil, this is to open up a 3-shot lead. Oh, good putt. Just hit it straight through the break. I'd rather see them miss on the high side like that than on the low side. You know she's confident. She's hit an aggressive putt with authority.
That, and she's giving it a chance.
Absolutely. What a start, though. Biggest day, biggest moment of her career, and she birdies 3 of the first 4.
She's only had 1 drop shot all this week.
That's
Still
phenomenal.
has not dropped one today.
Phenomenal. Momoka Kobori par putt at the 9th, straight up the hill. Well done. Good up and down there from Momoka Kobori. Now, let's see how our feature groups have fared through the first hour here on the final day. Princess Mary Superil. This was her birdie putt at 2. What a
This hole
start.
played the second hardest hole yesterday. So she coming out with a birdie there. Warning the rest of the field, I'm here to play.
Absolutely. So-Yeon Ryu, she's here to play today. That was a birdie at 3. She certainly found a mojo after a tough start yesterday. Lydia Ko, this was a par putt at 2. Birdie the first, gave it straight back there at 2, and that's a 2-shot swing with Princess Mary Superil. The young lady who's having a very good day today is Malaysian amateur Natasha Oon. This was a birdie putt at 6. The left-handed fist pump. You don't see the left-handed fist pump too often for a right-hander. I like it.
Any fist pumps is good. Good sign.
Princess Mary Superil, her second shot at 3, coming off the birdie at 2. Wow. Such good golf being played. Lydia Ko, her second shot at 3. Birdie the first, bogeyed the second. Ah, dart. Throwing darts there at 3. Up at the 4th, the 18-year-old Yu Min Huang. This for a birdie. So impressive, this young lady.
She's already impressed Hyo-Joo Kim, Lydia Ko. They've talked a lot about it. As we watch So-Yeon Ryu, third shot on the 4th hole. Oh, what a cracking shot. Really struggled yesterday, found something on the 15th and carried on into today's round. Princess Mary for a birdie. That took her to 9 under par. At this point, looking real good.
Impressive, isn't it? Lydia Ko, her second shot at 4 from the left side of the fairway. Short par 4. Birdied 1, bogeyed 2, birdied 3. What a cracking shot, Lydia Ko. Princess Mary Superil, birdie at 2, birdie at 3, birdie at 4, 3 under through 4 holes. Gets it to double figures. She is on fire. This is at the 5th, missing the green left. Momoka Kobori at the par 3. We said she's got a good short game. How about a brilliant short game? Wow.
No putts on that green as we watch Lydia Ko for a birdie, par.
What a mixed bag to start the day. Birdie at 1, bogey at 2, birdie at 3, birdie at 4. Bogey there at 5. Princess Mary Superal. Tough par putt, not for her. Straight in the middle.
That's what I'm saying, though. You got to stay patient today. I think that is going to be the key. There's going to be a lot of birdies out there, but also a lot of bogeys. You just got to plot your way. Play it safe when you need to, as we watch So-Yeon here.
Oh, par 4 7th, a hybrid in hand. Gosh. Hasn't she found a rhythm after some struggles yesterday, making it look easy. Now the 12th, Malaysian amateur Natasha Oon, 3 under par for her round through 11 holes. Hyundai Stargazer up for grabs for a hole-in-one. Oh, boy.
Wow. We've already seen so many good shots on that hole.
Incredible. Peppering flag 6. Now Lydia Ko, the mixed bag continues here at 8. Birdie putt down the hill. We haven't seen many birdies here this week at the tough par 3. She's at 8 under par, and just a moment ago, So-Yeon knew this was to get to 8 under par with a birdie at 9. Incredible stuff. She is within 2 shots of our lead. So much happening, Sue-Ann. Now this is what it translates to. This is how things stand with 9 holes to play here on the final day. It's certainly set up for a very, very enthralling next couple of hours. Princess Mary Superal with a 2-shot lead over a pair of players, a couple of stars. I'm almost out of breath, Sue-Ann. You take it.
How about Natasha Oon playing some really good golf? She's such a strong college player as well, coming out 4 under after 13. Hyo-Joo, costly double bogey on the 10th.
And let's update the team's leaderboard. I've got my breath back. So-Yeon Yu, Bomi Lee. They've got their 4-shot lead again, but like we've seen, anything can happen.
Yeah, Hyo-Joo's double on the 10th really cost that team. Moving down to the 3rd on that leaderboard. I mean, 4 shots, it's really not that much. It's really turning out to be an exciting back 9 on this final day here in Jakarta.
Back to the golf course. Bomi Lee, 11th hole, 2nd shot up the hill.
Pin placement, 12 on, 5 from the right. Right behind that bunker, tucked back there.
I'll tell you what, Shibuno from Japan is the smiling Cinderella, but Bomi Lee could be a twin sister. She's always smiling and laughing.
They're just having such a great time out there, and why wouldn't you be playing with your teammate, having a great time? Lydia here on the 10th with a tee shot, toughest hole yesterday.
Just
Quick tee pickup.
And just a 3-wood as well. We've seen a variety of shots being played from the 10th tee, but I like that play, putting a premium on finding the short grass, which she does pretty much all the time. Look at this. Oh, that is wonderful to see. That is so good. Lydia Ko thanking the officials for the opportunity to play here. That is why she is a superstar of the game on and off the course.
She's got so many fans all around the world, and this girl is gonna have a few more fans after this week, Princess.
I have a serious question. Why is she not up the top of the world rankings? I'm sure she's going to be at some point, but her game is just so impressive.
I mean, you talk about golf, it is just a really difficult game. All these girls have very good skills, pretty much on par. It's all about the mental game as we watch So-Yeon here. Talk about mental game. This girl, she is strong. 96 top 10s on the LPGA. What a lovely shot there into the 11th.
Back at the 10th tee, Pauline Del Rosario, tough front 9. This is a tee shot, 3-wood in hand.
Long hitter, Rosario.
She knows there's a lot to play for. She might be well out of contention in the individual, but they're currently in a share of 3rd in the team, so they need a good back 9 as we take a look from above at the most difficult hole on the golf course yesterday, the par 4 10th.
Just a really tough tee shot off this tee box. It kind of makes you want to go left the way it's been set up. Slide dog leg to the left. 227 protecting the fairway on the right-hand side of that bunker you can see on your screen, I should say. Now, once you hit this fairway, today's hole location, 8 on, 5 from the left. Definitely don't want to short sight yourself. Don't want to be in that rough on the left-hand side either. It's going to be such a tricky chip. Playing slightly easier today. Under par, actually. 3.9, 28 par, 7 birdies already. Thanks to that hole location. Much friendlier hole today compared to yesterday. As we watch Momoka with her tee shot on the 10th. Probably the shortest player in this group.
It's a long golf course for these girls. It's been wet this week. Look at that. You don't see that too often.
Little game of snooker on the fairway.
So Lydia Ko, she will have to replace her ball back to its original position. Hyoju Kim, second shot at 11 up the hill. Wedge in hand, coming off a double at 10. Let's see how well she can bounce back here. And a pretty good shot, certainly good for distance. Chance to get one of those drop shots back. Top 10 player in the world, just pull your own trolley.
That's what I love about these girls. They're just so relaxed. They're so chill. There's no air about them. You know, when you meet them, they're absolutely just so friendly.
Not many prima donnas out there.
Not at all.
The 18-year-old Yumin Huang, her second at 11. You're going to see this girl on leaderboards around the world for many years to come.
I was just about to say that, Ewan. You're going to be seeing this girl a lot very, very soon. So talented and so mature on the golf course. I love it. Lydia with her second on the 10th. Let's see if she can put some pressure on Princess. Oh, that might do it.
Excellent shot. That's right where we saw So Yeon Yu putt from. Let's see if Lydia doesn't overread that putt. Excellent shot. She's within 2 shots of the lead here on the back 9. This is going to be thrilling stuff. Like I said, over the next couple of hours, I'm just most excited to see how Princess Mary Superal holds up under the pressure. And look at these crowds out here following Shibuno, a major champion, a couple of Australian players there, Karis Davison and Cassie Porter, but thousands and thousands have flocked through the gates. Record galleries here in Jakarta, Suan.
Why not? You know, what an exciting final day. Not only do you have the individual event to watch out for, there's a team event as well. I mean, what a treat. This is a front row seat to some of the best players in the world. Momoka here on the 10th with her second.
Leaking a little bit right, but it catches the green. Outside chance. Look at the gallery on the left. Pointed out again. Thousands out here. And you've got to think it's just the tip of the iceberg. You've got to think after this week there's going to be more and more world-class golf on display here in Jakarta. It's been really well received and supported. Bomi Lee, birdie putt at 10.
About 30 feet up this hill.
Oh.
She's just been burning edges all week long. She's putting some great strokes, great reads. The putts are just not quite dropping for her. She just cleans up there for a par. Not a great start for Bomi. 3 over par on the front 9. Par start on the back. Needs to make some birdies.
Back to Rosario at the 10th, her second. Trying to draw it in from right to left. Didn't quite come back as much as she anticipated, but that's fine. 20 feet up the hill for birdie.
Now Yumin Huang for a birdie. This is to help her team. Oh, just never high enough.
No, that wasn't a good effort, that one. It's actually been quite noticeable how much softer the greens are today compared to yesterday. Balls bounding over the back of the green yesterday with the wind and greens firming up. There's been a little bit of rain here in Jakarta, so hence why they're a little bit softer. Now Princess Mary, her second at 10. Oh. As you'd expect, Another flushed iron shot in there to 15 feet. Just looking cool as a cucumber. So Yeon Ryu, birdie putt. Yesterday, walking off this green, she was all the way back to -1. This is to get to -9 and within 1 of the lead.
This will put some pressure on Princess.
Oh no!
Oh, so close.
Half a revolution short. Just barely lost its pace. What do you think the winning score is going to be, Sue-Ann?
Putting me on the spot here.
I'm saying 11.
I'm going to say 12.
Yeah.
12 or 13 might win today. The conditions are a lot more scoreable with the wind down. Greens are a little bit more receptive. We've seen a lot of pin hunting today, a bit friendly as well with hole locations as we watch Hyo Joo putting for a birdie on the 11th. Needs to make this after that double on 10th.
Yeah.
Oh, that quick walk. She just knows she never hit it hard enough.
Yeah, very disappointing start to this 9. She would have been thinking 5-6 under par this 9 to have a shot at the title, and that's not going to happen after the double at 10. Speaking of the 10th, this is Momoka Kobori. Long birdie putt. It's fooled a couple of players thinking it's going to break a little more from right to left. What they anticipate. Let's see if she can get it right. It's tracking. Has she hit it? Just lost its pace, but beautifully done. That is a good, solid par. She's had a terrific year. A couple of runner-ups on the WPGA Tour in Australia. Her first 3 events on the LET Access Series in Europe this year. Win, win, runner-up. And she will be out on the Ladies European Tour next year.
And what a great opportunity for her to team up with Lydia Ko, be able to try and get New Zealand a win or at least a top 3. We spoke about this yesterday. The Kiwis don't get to play in very many team events. Obviously can't play in the Solheim. Tough to get into the Crown International because of the world ranking points. Lydia obviously has more than enough world ranking points to play in the Crown International, but Momoka not quite there yet.
Well, I think one of the other really impressive things for Momoka this year as Rosario lines up this birdie putt is the fact that, unlike Lydia, who lives in the US, Momoka lives in New Zealand. She wasn't able to travel outside the country for 2 years, so therefore she wasn't able to play much competitive golf, and to pick up the way she has in 2022 has just really been super, super impressive. Now, this is a big putt for Rosario. This would move the Philippine pair within 4 shots of the team lead in equal second. But that was a very poor effort, to say the least.
I think she knows right now what she needs to do for her team.
Probably feeling it a little bit as well, because if this was just an individual event, she'd know she's well out of contention. Probably, not that you'd ever throw the towel in, but the expectations would be right out the window, but they're still in with a good shout for the team, so therefore she's trying, and it's just not happening. It's tough on you emotionally.
And so you feel that need to not disappoint your teammate. And sometimes that almost adds a bit too much pressure.
Absolutely.
On the player, as we watch Lydia here for a birdie to get to 9 under par, just 1 back from Princess. This will put on some pressure coming down the stretch. One of the best putters in the game of golf. Tracking. Ooh.
They've all just overread it a little bit, haven't they? There at 10.
Easy to do on these greens.
Par 3 12th. Hyundai Stargazer up for grabs for a hole-in-one. So Yeon Ryu, this is her tee shot. Players have just been taking it straight at the stick here today. Oh, and another one all over the flag. Certainly found her range, and she has a chance for a birdie to get within 1.
Remember yesterday how windy this hole was. It was playing so tough. Many of the players coming in with hybrids, fairway woods. much scoreable conditions today without the wind. Hopefully we'll see someone drive away with that beautiful Hyundai.
There's also a Hyundai Stargazer up for grabs for a hole-in-one on the par 3 17th as well, which is certainly playing a lot more difficult than the 12th.
This is big for Princess for a birdie on the 10th.
Yeah, this would open up a 3-shot lead for the Philippine player.
Also just gives her a bit more of a cushion for her last 8 holes. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
Here she comes.
She is just looking so impressive. Has not put a foot wrong this week. And as you said, only 1 bogey. 12 birdies, 11 under par. She leads by 3. Not only leads by 3, leads a couple of superstars, Lydia Ko and So-Yeon Ryu. Up at the 12th, Yumin Huang, the 18-year-old. 1 over today. This is her tee shot.
Just a mid-iron for her. You can tell by the leaves behind, the wind is picking up a little bit. Pretty good shot under the hole. Uphill putt for a birdie. And Lydia now back on the 10th. Cleaning up for a par, left to right. She missed one of these yesterday. Definitely don't want to miss this one today. Yeah,
Is it
solid.
just me, or did she stand over that one for, seemed like a lot longer than usual?
Pressure does funny things to your pre-shot routine.
And she would be feeling the pressure. There's a lot of expectation on her being here, being the highest ranked player and really the star attraction. Now Rosario, par putt. Okay. Well, after Princess Mary Superal's birdie, they're now only 4 shots behind in the teams. And in a share of second, Bo Mi Lee, tee shot at 12.
What a great rhythm there. Nice and smooth. Oh, I think she caught that a little heavy. As we check back in with Natasha Un. Par 5, 14th for a birdie up this hill. Oh, wow, wow.
What happened there?
Adrenaline is what happened, I think.
And that was to get to 5 under par for the round. As the equal best round of the... Oh, no, she doesn't. Cheng Xuan Shi, she is 6 under par for the round through 14. Wow. Some terrific golf being played out here now. Hyo-Joo Kim, she needs to birdie the last 7 holes to have any chance.
Oh, boy. That just looked very quick in her transition. Short-sighted herself. That is going to be a difficult up and down. Not much green to work with at all. Natasha Un now.
After that rush of blood with the first putt, is for a par. Well done. Good comeback. Graduate of San Jose State University. She was ranked as high as number 7 in the world as an amateur before turning pro just a couple of months ago. After that birdie at 10, Princess Mary Superal. She is now 11 under par, showing this field a clean pair of heels. 3 shots ahead, and really, it is a three-horse race now, isn't it?
It really is. Now, I mean, at this point, Princess is looking so solid and unflappable, but, you know, you got to think, she hasn't been in contention with these big names before. How is she going to handle it coming down the stretch? Is she going to just step up to the plate and own it? She's got good memories here on the golf course. Or is she going to feel the pressure as we take a look at the team leaderboard?
4 shots ahead for So-Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee. There's a bit of water around the back 9 as well, so we could see anything from an eagle really right through to a double bogey. But the New Zealand pair and the Philippine pair, both 4 shots behind, right there in contention. Back at the 12th after an indifferent tee shot, Bo Mi Lee with her second.
uphill chip. Good lie. Ooh.
Gave it a shout, didn't she?
She sure did. These girls have such great short games around the green. It's just impressive.
The breeze is just starting to pick up a little bit as we go back to 11. Driver for Princess Mary.
I love the aggression through the golf ball, just not leaving any room for error there. A lot of the times these players tend to get quite tentative when you're coming down the stretch, and when you're nervous, you tend to start to slow everything down. And not for Princess, though. Hyoju Kim,
second after a very poor tee shot. Found, the left bunker here at 12. Beautiful shot there. Yeah, you know, Jack Nicklaus made a quote once, make your freer swings on the tightest holes and when you're most nervous. It's easy in theory, but most people, when they do get a little bit tight, a little bit nervous, start trying to steer the ball, and that's generally when you find trouble.
I know all about that, Ewan. All about it, trust me. Hyoju just tapping in for a par. That was a good save, considering where she was off that tee box on the left-hand side, short-sided herself. Moving along to 11th, Lydia Ko with her tee shot. I'm guessing this is going to find the fairway. Oh, commentator's curse. Not too bad, though. Ball is sitting up.
Well, let's take a look at the par 4 11th, Sue-Ann Hang.
This played the second easiest hole yesterday. We saw 16 birdies in a field of 44. Really quite a generous tee shot, not too much trouble at all. You do want to stay in the short grass with this Bermuda at Pondok Ida. Ball tends to sit down ever so slightly, but once you find this fairway, it is quite an easy second shot. Slightly elevated. Hole location today, 12 on, 5 from the right. Tucked right behind that bunker. It is playing slightly over par today, surprisingly. Only 4 birdies.
2 double bogeys. I'm a little perplexed by that. We did see So Yeon Ryu find trouble on the left here yesterday off the tee, and I can only think that that is the reason why we have seen those double bogeys. Now back on the tee, Rosario.
Long hitter, very dynamic through the golf ball. I'm a big fan of this golf swing, very fluid. You can tell she's not a very technical player at all. I think that's the beauty about golf. You see very many different types of players, some very technical, some overthink things, some are very free. So Yeon here with a downhill right to left, opportunity to get 9 under par, just 2 back from the lead. Just looked like a bit of a misread.
Snapped hard to the right, didn't it? Wants to get within 2, so she will remain, you would think, 3 shots behind. I've been really, really impressed with So Yeon Ryu this week. Now Momoka Kobori at 11 off the tee.
No problems there. Middle of the fairway for Momoka. Crucial for her, more so, to hit the fairways on this golf course because she's not that long. Yumin Huang trying to tidy up for a par. Not the greatest first putt up this hill. Oh, just not her day so far.
Well, that's going to have some consequences for the teams as well, because the pair of Yumin Huang and Hyoju Kim now, that will drop them to 4 under and 6 shots behind, and only 6 holes to play. Certainly heading in the wrong direction as we go back to 11, and Momoka Kobori with her second.
This is where it's tough for her. She's coming in with longer clubs than Rosario, let's say. You know, it's going to be tougher for her to flight it up over the bunker, as we see there. Catches that bunker on the right-hand side. She's a pretty good bunker player, though, so could be an easy up and down for her.
She has such a good attitude, Momoka Kobori. Got to watch her play a little bit earlier this year in Australia, and always smiling. Very, very friendly young lady, and obviously a terrific golfer as well. This lady's a terrific golfer.
Not a bad career at a young age.
She was #1 in the world as an amateur for 135 weeks. She's been #1 in the world as a professional for 85 weeks. 17 LPGA Tour victories. 2-time major champion. Oh, she's only 25 still.
And the list goes on. She's not even done yet. As we take a look at this shot, she's got some grass behind her. Ball, bit of a downhill slope into a slightly elevated green with the bunker in the front of that whole location. I want to just start this at that lamp post you can see in the background there. The man with the umbrella. Play a little baby fade. Get it up in the air quick. That was a smart shot. You don't want to bring that bunker into play at all.
Well, I mentioned some of her statistics, but there's those 2 major championships. And the first one at the Evian, she was only 18 years old. And look at that, youngest player of either gender to be ranked #1 in the world in professional golf. Did that at the age of 17.
It's just so impressive. And she's 9th in the all-time LPGA winnings with just over $12.6 million. What a career. I mean, the accolades just keeps going and going for her, and she's only 25.
I remember when she got her first win as well as a professional on the LPGA in Canada at the age of 15. Now, Princess Mary Superil just knocking down flag sticks. So impressive. That is to take a 4-shot lead. Back at 12, Bomi Lee for a par.
This is a must make for the team. Oh boy. Now this is what we've been talking so much about throughout our coverage this week with the team event. So much can happen in a very small amount of time. Rosario trying to help the team as well today. Not her best round so far, trying to make something happen. That is a great shot there. Below the hole, great opportunity for a birdie.
So it's an interesting predicament there with Rosario and Superil, and I'll get back to that in just a second, as So Yeon-Ryu should clean this one up for a par at 12. She remains 8 under par and 3 behind. Princess Mary obviously playing so well, and she'll be worried about her game and winning the individual, and it's just biggest moment as we've spoken about in her career. But knowing they've got a chance to win the teams, does she give a little pep talk to a playing partner and try and pep her up as well?
I mean, I would. You know, I think these players, they've all played in national teams. They have the experience playing in a team event. It is fun. It is exciting. And that's the beauty of it. You don't just let everything go. You go, oh, well, individual, you know, opportunities gone. I still got to step up for the team.
Well, she's had 3 wins in the last 12 months on the Philippine Women's Golf Tour and led the Order of Merit there in 2019. She had an outstanding amateur career and junior career. She won the US Junior Championship when she was 17 years old. Mentioned she won the Pondok Indah International Junior Championship here in 2015. She also won the Hong Kong Ladies Amateur Championship. So really, she was touted as a future star. She's been playing really well, obviously, in the Philippines, but, you know, perhaps is it time to step up to the plate? Does a win here, or certainly what she's doing this week, propel her forward in her career? You'd have to think so.
She's certainly the biggest story this week. I mean, the fact that she is contending against some of the best players in the world that have so much experience, and she's not even blinking an eye here. She's continuing, putting her foot down, putting the pressure on these girls and saying, hey, I'm here to play. I'm here to compete, and I'm here to win.
Well, I think that's one of the great things about this tournament this week and this initiative is learning about these players that have flown under the radar, learning their stories and their backgrounds. And Princess Mary Superil certainly taking full advantage of what's on offer. And it is outside her comfort zone. Yes, she's in Asia. Yes, she is from Asia, but
it's Jakarta. It's not the Philippines where she's won before. So certainly a huge moment, a defining moment in her career to potentially beat these superstars of the game on foreign soil.
Plus, you never know what will come out of this. You could get sponsors invites, things that can really change your life. I mean, this is putting her on the map with players like Lydia and Hyoju and Soyeon. It's a big week for all these upcoming girls. You just don't know what's going to come out of this opportunity against the big names, as Lydia putts for a birdie downhill to go 9 under par, 2 back from Princess. Oh, it's looking good.
Oh! How did that miss? The old white paint kept it out.
We talk so much about the grains out here in Southeast Asia. Can really move the ball a fair bit.
Well, it's
around the greens.
Steady par. She remains 8 under. She's 3 behind, but certainly in a moment's time, big opportunity for Princess Mary to open up a 4-stroke lead, which is going to make it really, really difficult for anyone to catch. But first, it'll be Rosario up the hill for her birdie. And this is huge, really, for the teams. If both Rosario and Superal can hold their birdie putts, after Bomi leaves bogey at 12, they're going to move within 1 of the teams. As you can see there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, certainly need at least 1 to go in.
It's really interesting with a team event because you can have 2 players in the team that makes bogeys and 2 players in the other team that makes birdies, and now that's a 4-shot swing. But not happening for Pauline today, unfortunately. Just one of those days on the golf course. You do feel for her. I'm sure she's thinking about not letting her teammate down. But sometimes you also just don't want to force it. It's a fine balance in golf that's just so difficult to find. You know, the balance between, all right, I gotta do this, but also allow yourself to do it.
Well, we're seeing both ends of the spectrum, really, with Rosario and Superal, aren't we? We're seeing Princess Mary just letting things happen. She's so comfortable in her game and in her skin at the moment, and it's just happening so naturally. And Rosario's perhaps just trying to force the issue, and it's not happening. But a big moment here. Left lip putt down the hill, 12 feet. This to move 4 shots ahead. Oh, no, it can't.
Ouch.
Between her and Lydia's putt, I don't know how either of them missed.
What a bummer. Missed opportunity on the 10th as well as the 11th.
Well, I would have thought that at least either Rosario or Superal were going to hold those putts, and unable to inch any closer in the teams. But Princess Mary Superal 11 under. She is still 3 ahead. Momoka Kobori here. Her and Lydia Ko, they're in equal second, only 3 behind. So important she holds this for a par.
Got a good read from Lydia's putt. It's not going to do too much. Don't want to overthink things. You want to just keep it as simple as possible. I really enjoy watching her play. She's got such a great demeanor about her. Well done, Momoka. Keeping the team alive for the Kiwis. Even par today for Momoka as we watch Soyeon from the right-hand rough on the 13th hole, playing definitely one of the toughest holes this week.
Yeah, this is, given the players, fits this hole, but a friendlier hole location in the back right. Missed the green, but that'll be a pretty straightforward chip from there. Very, very hard hole. Water on the right off the tee. Water on the left of the green, lurking dangerously, but like I said, with the flag there on the back right, it's a little friendlier. Now look how thick this cabbage is on the left side for Hyoju Kim. She can't find the golf course at the moment.
I can't find her shoes or the golf ball at the moment.
Oh, look at this.
No.
Just compounding errors.
I'm surprised she hit a hybrid out of that lie. You would just think, hit an iron, give yourself a chance to get up and down. Plenty of holes left to be played, especially for your teammate.
Well, I was going to say, at that point, as Rosario should tap in here for a par, at what point there should perhaps her teammate, who's only 18 years old, Yumin Huang, perhaps step in and say, hey, what are you doing? I know you're struggling this 9, but we're only 3 back. We're in 2nd place. Just get it out there in play. You can still make 4. Bo Mi Lee with her 2nd shot at 13. Delightful swing, and that was a good-looking shot. It's half a club short. That'll be a difficult 2-putt. Did not expect her to be +4 today at all.
Not at all. It's, you know, she's been playing so solid all week. Yesterday had to scramble quite a bit to put a round together. Today the wheels are falling off a little bit for Bo Mi as we take a look at the 13th hole. This is what the players have to deal with. It's a long par 4.
They're dealing with big crowds at the moment too. She's lost this one a little bit right, Yumin Huang. And just an update from out on the golf course. Cheng Xuanxi, the player from Chinese Taipei, she still has 3 holes to go. 7 under par for the round. Incredible golf. She's moved up into a share of 6th. And you can see her name there on the leaderboard. Princess Mary Superal, 11 under par, 3 ahead.
Hyo-Joo Kim, the only player in the top 6 there in the blue number today. And the struggle continues for her on the 13th hole. How about Cheng Xuanxi?
Yes.
7 under today.
Incredible golf, isn't it? That's the lowest round we've seen this week. So Yeon Yu and Bo Mi Lee. 3-shot lead in the teams. Bo Mi Lee 4 over par on the round, so she has to hold it together. Perhaps really lean on her friendship, her close friendship with So Yeon Yu, who they've known since junior golf, to get it down the stretch here. It's all set up for a very exciting finish here on the final day. Final group, the final chance for our players to win that Hyundai Stargazer for a hole-in-one. Our tournament leader, Princess Mary Superal, she lost this a little bit right. Well, that's the worst shot we've seen from her by a long way. It's a good miss, short and right, but a very ordinary shot.
Did she just miss a green? What's going on?
Yeah, I thought
what
I was
is
seeing
going
things
on?
as well. Yeah. Well, perhaps a chance for Lydia Ko, if she can get one in there pretty close, to perhaps put a little bit of pressure on.
Talked a lot about her swing this week. One you want to imitate as much as possible. Working with Sean Foley at the moment, and it's been working so well for her. You can see that she's trying to do something with her alignment. A setup, I should say. Putting a bit more weight on the left-hand side and then transferring it to the right on her backswing. Got through it beautifully. All right, that was a great shot.
Definitely a lot more wind than when we came on air an hour or so ago. Just making it a little bit more difficult here at the par 3 12th. And you mentioned Lydia trying to get a little bit of weight on that left side. Certainly conducive to playing into the breeze here at 12. Just 2 players left to try and make a hole-in-one and win the Hyundai Stargazer. Pauline Del Rosario. Her tee shot at the par 3 12th. Rosario's ball on the way. She's posing here at 12. Not sure why, because it wasn't a very good shot. Getting caught up in the breeze. It's a great hole, isn't it, Sue-Ann?
It was just playing so windy yesterday, and looks like the wind is picking back up today. Hole location 14 on, 4 from the left. We have seen some laser shots today into this green. Playing at its par, 28 par today, 6 birdies. It's a very gettable hole location compared to the last couple of days. And the last chance to win that beautiful red Hyundai Stargazer. Can put plenty of golf sets in the trunk of that car.
Momoka Kobori, she's got a hybrid. Oh no. Oh, Momoka Kobori, too much club. Well, that is going to be disaster for the Kiwi pair. Oh. Well, she has arguably the best demeanour out here, but that's going to test every ounce of her patience. Flown the green, penalty drop. Now Hyoju Kim, I believe that's at her 3rd. I believe that will be her 5th. Second one in the penalty area. She would have had to take a penalty drop. Well, we were getting told it wasn't in the penalty area, so that was her 4th shot. Still, it's going to be at least a bogey here.
I really think that was a huge course management mistake on that second shot. I mean, we could not even see most of her shoes from that line. I'm surprised she didn't just take a 7-iron or something, a lofted club, punch it out, give herself a chance to make up and down as we watch Soyeon.
This is holeable.
Oh, yeah.
Just pushed it a little bit, but I've got to think with her putting prowess that she should be able to navigate that one safely and save her par here at 13.
Greens have just been rolling beautifully at the Pondok Ida all week. 11.5 on the stimp today. Bomi Lee now for birdie on the 13th. Tough hole. This will feel like an eagle. Low hands in the setup of the putting stroke. A bit different from what you would see normally. Oh, this is looking pretty good. Oh. That was a great effort by Bomi Lee. Not her day today so far, but you just don't know with these very experienced players. They might turn something on towards the end. Find something that just would work.
Nothing wrong with the 4 there at 13. Back at the par 3 12th, the first missed green that we've seen from Princess Mary Superall. She's played it nicely, but it's going to be a first real test that we've seen. 5 feet for par here at 12.
And to be fair, she hasn't chipped in a long time.
No. All right, Hyoju Kim. This is a bogey putt at 13. Remember, she made a double bogey back at the 10th.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. Well, we need to clarify this score. That says that was for a double bogey. I thought it was originally.
Either way, you just don't want to have a big number on the final day when your team is in contention. Very surprising from Hyoju. She's got to be pretty upset inside at the moment.
5 LPGA Tour wins. She's won 14 times on the KLPGA. She's the world number 8. Did not expect to see this on the backside as Pauline Del Rosario plays her second shot at the par 3 12th.
All right, who's going to give who the read?
Now, it looks like it could be Princess's putt first, but if I'm their teammates, if I'm Pauline, I'd be saying, let me go first. I'll show you the way. Now, Yumin Huang, this is a par putt at 13.
If she does not make this, that team drops 3 shots on this hole. Nope, solid though.
The 18-year-old holding that pair together. But they're now a long, long way back. 7 strokes behind in the teams. Now, this is the par 3 12th. Momoka Kobori, she found the penalty area. This is a 3rd shot at the par 3.
Going with a high shot.
Oh, no. Well,
Oh.
It's really, the way it's shaping up now, it's looking like a two-horse race in the teams. Remember, Team Philippines, 6 under par. Team Korea, So-Yeon Ryu, Bomi Lee, they're -9, 3 ahead. This is to stay that way for So-Yeon Ryu with her par putt at 13. Yeah, well done. Beautiful putting stroke. Keeps the putter so low to the ground. Lydia Ko, long putt across the green at 12 for a birdie. Oh, she's nowhere near hard enough.
Very un-Lydia-like on that putt.
A shout out to Australian Karis Davison, 4 under par for the round today. She's moved inside the top 10. The clubs didn't arrive, her suitcase didn't arrive this week. She had to play with borrowed clothes and rental clubs on day 1. Now, Momoka Kobori, what a disaster. This is a 4th shot at the par 3 12th.
This is very makeable, though, Ewan. Very makeable. Good lie.
Get in. Oh, no. Well, just been so solid and so consistent all week. Has not looked like putting a foot wrong, and now all of a sudden, a tricky little putt for double bogey at a fairly innocuous hole.
Interesting. It was 155 to this whole location today. She had a fairway wood in hand. I wonder if it was the wind that she misjudged. Maybe some adrenaline as well.
And I can confirm that that was a double bogey for Hyoju Kim back at 13. Surprising, in that group you've got Bomi Lee, Hyoju Kim, Yumin Hwang, who are a total of +9 between the 3 of them. Thankfully, So-Yeon Ryu heading in the right direction. This is a big putt to remain 3 ahead for Princess Mary. Easy.
Now,
Shelling piece.
That really tells the story of how she is feeling right now. Extremely confident, making that 6-footer for a par straight in the middle of the cup. Now, her partner, Pauline, got a good read. Needs to make this for Team Philippines. She might be out of it individually, but she can still help the team.
I think it's a 2-horse race now in the teams. New Zealand capitulating. The second Korean team, well, they've really fallen off the radar this 9. They're now 7 behind.
I mean, we talked about the prize money that could go to their associations of the country. So even if you come in 3rd, that's still
huge.
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 So there's still a lot to play for, even though maybe it might be a 2-horse race now. But if they can get in 3rd versus 4th, it's still more money.
Absolutely. Now, Lydia Ko, par putt at 12. This is to remain 3 behind.
She needs to make this, needs to put pressure on Princess in the next few holes. Don't want to drop any shots at this point. Certainly don't want a 3-putt. Well done. Solid as always from Lydia. Still 3 back with 6 to play.
Well, it's really been a disaster here, unfortunately, for Momoka Kobori at the par 3 12th. A double bogey putt from 4 feet. Just been rock solid. Made 7 birdies in trying conditions yesterday. And she will be glad to see the back of this hole. +4, she's in a share of 18th in the individual. Team New Zealand now back in 3rd place, but they are a handful of shots behind, and that's how things stand with our individual leaderboard. Sue-Ann, Princess Mary Superal, so impressive.
How about some names chasing her down, though? So-Yeon Ryu, 4 under today, much better round compared to yesterday. Lydia Ko, also on the hunt. Natasha Oon from Malaysia, what a great round, 4 under with 3 to play.
Cheng
PK as well.
Wow, 7 under. Incredible golf, and things have started to separate themselves a little bit here, and for the first time we've seen the Japanese pair of Kokona Sakurai and Maria Shinohara on the first page of the leaderboard, only 5 back, and they've still got 4 to play.
But it's So Yeon Yu and Bo Mi Lee who lead the way. They've got a 3-shot lead here on the final day at Pondok Indah Golf Club. Well, it's been a disaster this 9 for Hyo-Joo Kim. 2 double bogeys, 4 over through 4 holes this backside. This is a tee shot at 14, the par 5.
Well, she's birdied it the last 2 days. Let's see if she can do it again because she needs it. Finds that right-hand rough.
They just love having the superstars out here, and despite the poor play this 9, still very, very encouraged by the galleries, and great to see her conversing with them and trying to keep the head cool. It's hot out here.
You see a lot of those ice bags in Southeast Asia. It's so humid out here and sticky and warm. And
she put it underneath the hat. It's 33 degrees Celsius, which is up in the mid-90s to high 90s Fahrenheit, and the humidity is about 10,000%.
I bet you the fans are having such a great day out, being able to watch all these amazing female golfers from all around the world playing the game very differently. Everyone has a different strength, different weaknesses. They can kind of pick and choose who they want to follow.
Yep. So Yeon Yu with her tee shot at the par 5, and she's really turned things around. Like I said, record galleries out here. Unprecedented really here in Jakarta.
Get your cameras out, film the swings that you want to copy. Take it to the driving range.
Learn something from every one of these players.
Put it side by side to your golf swing. You can learn so much.
This is Bo Mi Lee on the par 5 14th, her tee shot.
Big celebrity, Bo Mi Lee. Married to a celebrity. Younger brother's also married to a huge K-drama actress.
This is the difficult par 4 13th. It's wreaked havoc the first couple of days. Talk us through it, Sue-Ann.
I mean, it is just playing one of the longest par 4s out here with the softer conditions. 385 with the bunker on the right-hand side protecting it. We saw Hyo-Joo on the left-hand rough. It's really thick there, so you have to hit it in the short grass with the river on the left-hand side protecting the screen. Hole location today, 25, all the way back there on the right-hand side, 5 from the right. We've seen a few players in that collection area already. Not a bad place to miss it, though. Definitely don't want to pull this left into the hazard. Playing over par today, not shocking. Only 4 birdies seen on this hole today. It's caused a lot of trouble for players like Hyo-Joo Kim. Big numbers on that scorecard for Hyo-Joo. As we watch Princess Mary on the 13th. Birdied it yesterday. Looking a little concerned.
Wow. That is absolutely fine. That's a good break. And a big hit as well. That's going to leave a shorter club in for her second. But that was imperative that she found the fairway there in a 13. And if she can avoid the water with a second shot, it's going to be a huge obstacle to overcome this difficult hole.
At this point of the competition on the 13th hole, this is where your heart rate starts to rise. You start to be aware of where you are on that leaderboard and how much of a lead you've got. Now, Yu Min Hwang on the par 5 14th ahead.
Gosh, she went after that, didn't she? Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is huge. She just found an extra 20 or 30 yards. Need to know what that secret sauce is. All right, Lydia Ko at 13.
Fairway hit once again for Lydia, looks like.
Just another one in the middle.
Must be nice.
Dissecting the fairway every time. Well, you think about how deadly accurate she is. Since she's been on tour since 2014, hasn't been outside the top 20 in the putting statistics. That's a recipe for success when you've got that good an all-round game.
Rosario, her tee shot.
Definitely the longest player in this group. Filipino Pauline. Struggled today, 4 over par so far. Needs to make something happen at this point of the competition, individually as well as for a teammate. Okay, found the fairway. Step 1 done on the 13th hole.
Let's head up to the par 4 15th. This is Kokona Sakurai. I mentioned the Japanese pair had found their way onto the leaderboard. This is for birdie at 15. They're only 5 behind in the teams. This would move the pair within 4, and she's got it. They've got 3 holes to go. One of them's a par 5. Don't count them out. Maria Shinohara, her partner, going along beautifully as well. Momoka Kobori coming off that double at 12.
Oh no, that is going to be a very difficult second shot.
And a long one too.
A very long one. And I'm guessing she's going to come in with a metal wood of some sort.
Well, this is at the par 5 14th. The Indonesian amateur Patricia Sinalangan, 21-year-old. This is for an eagle. That's 2 huge hits. We haven't seen anyone within anywhere near the putting surface in 2.
Not at all. I am surprised as to how she is there in 2. No one has hit this green or come close to even touching it the last couple of days.
21-year-old plays her college golf at the University of North Texas. Now this long second shot we spoke about for Kobori at 13.
Oh, this is easy to go left.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that thick Bermuda, just turning that club over and just, you know, not enough club head speed to get through that thick stuff. That can happen very easily. And the struggle continues for Momoka, unfortunately, as we watch Pauline with a second huge advantage.
Certainly is. You raised a good point there about not being strong enough to get through that really thick rough. That's where the men really excel, when the rough is really, really thick. Now Rosario, Paul on the way. That's a good shot here at 13. Really good shot.
I mean, again, when you get to come in with a mid-iron, it's just going to play a huge advantage on this golf course, especially when it's playing soft. It's humid out. And now Lydia, also with a mid-iron in. I want to start this at that palm tree just left of the flag. Typically a very straight ball striker. She can shape the ball either way. I would think a little baby fade would be the shot to hit here.
She looks set up for a little fade, doesn't she?
Yeah, stanza slightly open. Go, go, go.
It was on an excellent line. Tough hole. Nothing wrong with having 25, 30 feet here for birdie. Big moment for Princess Mary Superal. This was one of the holes that could really jump up and get you coming in. She's navigated the first part. Second shot, 5-iron in hand.
Grips down severely on the irons, kind of like Brooks Henderson. Getting a bit more control with the long clubs. Settle. Oh, this could be interesting. It's going to be quick from back there.
Yeah, fairly steep down the hill from there. That one just came in low. Wasn't able to hold it on the putting surface. Third shot at the par 5 14th. Hyo-Joo Kim, she needs something to happen, going in the wrong direction this night.
Ball above her feet. Easy to get under this Bermuda grass. 22 on 5 from the left. That is all right. Not her best. Played herself out of position with that layup on the 14th hole. And playing with her is Bomi Lee with a third shot. Can she do better? Yes, she can.
That's a beautiful shot from Bomi Lee, and if she finds her range coming in, it's going to be awfully difficult to beat her and So-Yeon Ryu, who currently have a 3-shot lead in the team's portion. Now, Princess Mary Superal still holding that 3-shot lead over Ko and Yu. But some terrific rounds today. Natasha Oon, the amateur there at 4 under par. Kokona Sakurai, same score today. Every one of those players on the leaderboard, all in red figures for the day. Cheng Xuan Shi, she's dropped 1 to go back to 6 under for the day. And shout out to Karis Davison, the Aussie, 4 under for the round.
Shocking performance so far by Bomi Lee. She's played really solid all week long. Just wheels are falling off today, as well as for Hyo-Joo Kim, some troubles on 13th hole. Amandeep Kaur, 1 under for today. Xiang Shui from China, good going as well. Started off back 9, 3 under.
Yeah, and Gorika Bishnoi, I know you had your eye on her at the beginning of the week. She's having a good round today, 1 under par. Guinea Ding, the amateur from Hong Kong, attends college in the United States in Tennessee. She's one of 2 players here to have won the Pondok Indah International Junior Championship. And Cassie Porter with a mum on the bag. She's having a good day today at 1 under. And these players, good to see them all here. Let's have a look at how things stand in the teams. And well, it's fairly tight with a few holes to play. So-Yeon Ryu, Bomi Lee have held on to that 3-shot lead, 4-shot lead all day long, but like I've said, it's going to be a dramatic finish here in the next couple of hours at Pondok Indah International Golf Club. So-Yeon Ryu at the par 5 14th. 3 back, 3rd shot at the par 5, needs to make a birdie here. And that's a cracking shot. She's got a chance.
That's one way to do it. Hit it close.
And she'll get a read from her partner as well, Bomi Lee.
Look at this. Just in the thick stuff on the left-hand side of the 13th for Momoka. Even with the good short game she has, this is just a tough shot. A lot of work left for par for Momoka. Unfortunately, just the last couple of holes giving her troubles. Just again, this is what I'm saying. You got to hit it in the right part of this golf course. Otherwise, no matter how good of a short game you have, it's just going to be so tough.
Well, I think
putting a lot of pressure on it as well.
It really emphasises just how well Princess Mary is playing, doesn't it? Because there is trouble lurking around the corner, and she really hasn't found trouble at all. But this is a first real challenge today here at 13. But it looks like a good lie, Sue-Ann.
Not too bad, yeah.
That tuft of grass is in front of the ball. If it was behind it, different story.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, she just has no green to work with. You can see just opening that club face.
That ball was oscillating then. I'm going to be careful that doesn't move.
Oh.
Beautiful touch.
Wow. No nerves whatsoever.
Great stuff from Princess Mary. Well, let's take another look at this. Was the 3rd shot of Princess Mary. That golf ball just oscillating on the grass there. I don't think it moved off its mark, which would be a penalty, but a terrific little shot and a great chance for a par. Lydia Ko now for birdie.
At this point, this is a must make for herself as well as for the team to get to 9 under par. It's going to go left to right. slow into the green on this hole. Every time she sets up over that putt, it just looks like it's going to go in, doesn't it? Just needs more speed.
She had a couple of putts today that have been in the middle and short. Good golf. She's a couple under par for the round. But going to have to make something happen with only 5 holes to play. I mean, when you see someone playing as well as what Princess Mary is, it's just hard to see them really putting a foot wrong. Up ahead at 14, Hyo-Joo Kim. Long birdie putt.
This is a big swinging right to left. It's going to be tough to make here. Yeah, just played herself out of position on a layup. Tough wedge shot coming in. Miss opportunity on the par 5.
Oh, this is moments ago at par 5, Yu-Min Huang. Now, typically she would be allowed to take a drop from that sign, but you saw there she had a beautiful lie. Very unusual in this grass to have found a little bit of tight grass to be able to control it and get a bit of spin on it. And now, this from 8 feet for a birdie on the par 5, excuse me, for a par. Oh.
Wow, wow, wow. This team is struggling today. By the looks of how they were playing yesterday, you would think those two would be the ones that would threaten, you know, So-Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee.
Very surprising. I did not expect to see them going in the wrong direction. Now, Rosario, this is huge for the teams. Pauline Del Rosario, birdie putt at 13. This to get them within 2. Well, it was very important because up ahead, both Bo Mi Lee and So-Yeon Ryu, who lead by 3, have putts from within 6 or 7 feet for birdies.
But these players too get to play the par 5.
True.
So just never know. That's what's so great about the team event. At this point, you have to make every single putt. And Bo Mi Lee, speaking of which, needs to make this right to left.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, that leaves the door open so far for some of the other teams.
I guess the benefit there is the fact that a partner, So-Yeon Ryu, got a really good read of that, so hopefully she can take advantage. We'll go back to 13, Momoka Kobori. This for a bogey. Remember, she doubled the previous hole. Avoids a double there, but 3 shots gone in 2 holes. Not happy.
Yeah, this is just a tough golf course for Momoka. Not the longest hitter out there, and so if you miss it on the wrong spots, it's just going to be really tough as we watch So-Yeon Ryu for a birdie to get within 2 of Princess. Right to left, she got a good read and just tugged it. Wow.
Well, I did not expect to see that. She knew as soon as she hit that one, a little bit of wrist breakdown, a little bit too much right hand, pulled it left.
Just looked really quick.
Did, unusual. I mean, she rolls the ball beautifully, has a great stroke. And you would want a lot of money if you bet that both of those players would have missed that. I would have thought that at least one would make it. And that really opens the door for the Philippine pair to take advantage and edge ever closer. Disappointing. 3 back, only has 4 holes to play. Our leader, Princess Mary Superil. This would be a terrific up and down. This for a par at a difficult par for 13th. Hold on. She does not look phased at all. There's been plenty of highlights in the last hour. Let's update you on what's taken place. Back at the 11th for a birdie for So-Yeon Ryu. 1 revolution short of going in.
Striking the ball a lot better today.
Brilliant, brilliantly.
for Soyeon compared to yesterday's bit of a disaster round for Soyeon.
The most difficult hole on the golf course in round 2 was the par 4 10th. This is Princess Mary Superal, our leader, for a birdie at 10. Easy. What do you mean difficult, she says?
She just birdies all the difficult holes. She birdied 13 yesterday, which was the hardest hole on the golf course, and she birdied 10th today.
Looking very comfortable, and this was a second at the par 4 11th. Tough pin to get close to. Apparently, not for Princess Mary. Long birdie putt for Lydia Ko. How did this not go in? That is robbed in capital letters.
Just breaks your heart when it happens because it looks good 99.9% of the way. Now Princess here for a birdie, also just missing it on the other side of the cup.
Directly behind the hole, half an inch. How does it finish there? The tap in par, and she would retain a 3-shot lead. Now she hit a poor tee shot at the par 3-12, chipped to here. This was a first real test to save a par, and she passes it with flying colours. Playing partner Lydia Ko hit the green, left it well short, and as you'd expect, rolls it in. And one player really playing well today is Japan's Kokona Sakurai. This to get to 3 under par for the tournament, 4 under for the round, dead centre.
Just 18 years of age.
What?
Just 18 years old.
There was a 12-year-old who played on the DP World Tour this week at the Czech Masters. Just can't believe it. Princess Mary Superal. She's got a 3-shot lead over 2 superstars, Soyeon Yu and Lydia Ko. But some terrific golf out there today. Let's have a look at the team's leaderboard. Well, still pretty close, isn't it?
Oh, well, with Soyeon and Bomi missing that putt on the 14th par 5, and Pauline and Princess get to play that par 5, things could change very quickly. This is going to get interesting. I hope, you know, just to make things exciting, I really want Pauline and Princess to step it up on the 14th, make some birdies there. But it is turning out to be a great final day here at Pondok Indah.
Hole, par 4. This was the 4th easiest hole on the golf course yesterday. Hyo-Joo Kim. Been playing army golf this night. Left, right, and finally finds a fairway.
Now Lydia on the 14th par 5. Not going to get there in 2, I don't think. But you definitely want to hit the fairway here. And I think she has picked up the tee. Oh.
Well,
okay.
It's a 3-shot hole anyway. I'm interested. Next player we see tee off here at 14. I think that was Sairi Pak's face on the billboard around the tee. Yu Min Hwang bogeyed the par 5 14th, tee shot at 15. Just she goes after it. I love her golf swing. Little like Princess Mary, really. Hits it with a lot of authority. Back at 14. Is that Sairi Pak?
I think it is. You know, I noticed that a couple of days ago. I just didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure. Certainly looks like her. Oh.
Rosario. That looks like it's found the sand, unfortunately. Trouble at the par 5 for the Filipino. There's been a lot of birdies out here today, coming off a tough day on day 2. It's all set up for a very exciting finish in the next hour. Things haven't really evolved too much in the team's leaderboard today. Soyeon Yu, Bomi Lee, they've hung on to their 3-shot lead. Of course, anything can happen. It probably will happen.
I would totally keep a lookout here because there's 2 par 5s coming down the stretch. So-Yeon Yu and Bomi Lee already missed on the opportunity on the 14th. The Filipino pair there
Don't
to play the 14th as well.
Don't discount the Japanese pair because they've got 3 to go, and if they can finish with a couple of birdies, certainly that 18th hole is a par 5 as well, post a number, that puts the pressure on the others as well. They've really come from the clouds today.
Also great seeing the Indonesian flag for the first time on that leaderboard. Playing some great golf today. Lydia Ko, Momoka Kabori, struggle street.
Look at the rounds
Momoka
today for Cassie and Karras, the Aussies. It's a shame they've left it this late, but still, fantastic performance, grinding it out. Back to the action. Par 4, 15th, second shot for Bomi Lee. Look at the galleries on the left. 10 deep in some parts of this golf course.
Ball above her feet. It's gonna want to go left. Oh, what a cracking shot from Bomi Lee.
She birdied this hole yesterday. How good is her rhythm? If you're watching at home and you want to copy good rhythm in a golf swing, just watch that swing over and over and over again. And that's got to be a big confidence boost for her partner here, So-Yeon Yu. But 3 behind in the individual. What do you think? She needs to birdie 3 of the last 4, I think, to have a chance. Because Princess has got 2 par 5s to come.
And also you want to think from the mental perspective to put some pressure on Princess. And this is heading right. Oh boy.
Now, first 11 holes yesterday, it was almost like every swing was that, but we haven't seen it since. And that is by far and away the worst place to miss it on this green, short-sided down in that little gully. She'll be kicking herself now. Kokona Sakurai, this is at 16. This is her 3rd birdie in a row if this drops. Oh, it was tracking as well, wasn't it? 18 years old. What's with all these teenagers playing? Should be at school, not out here dominating.
They're getting younger and younger, and it's just really a joy to see the maturity of these young kids on the golf course as we take a look at Hyo Ju on the 15th. Struggling today, a couple of bad holes, trying to get something going here. That's all right. Greens are a little softer today, it seems like. Doing a little bit of gardening work, patching up a divot there.
And you know what? Full credit to these girls, the demeanor they're displaying as well when things aren't going their way. Momoka Kabori, I don't know what she's doing here.
That is an interesting play with that front edge of the bunker in front of her with a hybrid in hand.
Well, she got it out of the bunker. It's going to be a long 3rd shot. I thought she might take something a little more lofted, but tell us a little bit more about this fantastic par 5.
Well, it's the 2nd easiest hole yesterday. A bit of a tougher hole location today. 490 yards for the girls, 240 to carry the bunker on the left-hand side. Bit of a tricky tee shot. You don't want to end up in the long stuff as per usual. Most players are going to be laying up here. Not many players can get to the green in 2. I think we only saw 1 player get to the green in 2. 22 paces on today for the hole location. 5 from the left. Anything in the middle of the green is good. Playing slightly under par today. 8 birdies we've seen already. Great opportunity for these players to make birdies coming down the stretch.
Well, we saw Momoka Kabori in the same bunker. Del Rosario's closer to the lip. Make sure you get it out. She's done that, but it's going to be an awfully long 3rd shot. And, well, she's hit the car path. That's an advantage. That's going to give her an extra 10, 15 yards. Little members bounce there. Up ahead at 15. Big tee shot from Yumin Huang. She has only an 8-iron in hand here at the par 4. Just okay. Give her a pass mark for that one.
Tough day for the 18-year-old, but an excellent week playing alongside some stars of the game, and those crowds, just so good to see them walking with these stars. Second shot for our leader at the par 5, 14th. And wasn't that just shaped beautifully around the corner? A little low fade on this dogleg ride, and again in perfect position. Great camera work there. We saw So Yeon Yu's second shot at 15, has just missed it in the wrong spot here. She's got a few different options, Sue-Ann, but to me it looks like she's got perhaps a gap wedge or a sand wedge is going to bump it into that bank.
Absolutely. This is the right play here. You don't want to play the high shot. It's too risky with that lie. You want to bump it right about there, let it run up, use the slope. Just feel like she stabbed it, caught the grain a little bit, shut the face, came out hotter than she wanted to.
One of the weaknesses of her game, So Yeon Yu, I've always thought her chipping action leaves a little to be desired. She's a bit steep. She doesn't rotate her body. Hands are a little bit far ahead of the ball. You compare it to someone like Lydia Ko, who's just got beautiful technique. Speaking of Lydia Ko, she's laying up there at 14.
No problemo.
Chasing it out there. Just a little flick on. How big were those two shots from Christina Yoko to get it on there in 2? No, Shinalungan, wasn't it? Patricia Shinalungan who got it on there in 2. That's massive hits. Now Hyoju Kim at 15.
Double breaker. It's going to come back right about there.
She holed one from the same distance here yesterday. That was in the jaws short. It's just been great to see the superstar Hyoju Kim make the trip over here to play in the Ladies Asian Tour Series. I know everyone's enjoyed having her here, and hopefully not the last time we see her. I don't think it will be. She's had a great time. Now Rosario, third shot at the par 5.
Uphill lie. Oh, caddy asking it to stop.
Water over there. If it was heading right, I'm not sure where that has finished exactly. We'll have to come back to you shortly with that, but a bit of trouble at the par 5, which is not going to help the team score for the Philippine pair. Huang, birdie putt at 15.
What a great opportunity this is for Yumin to tee it up with Hyoju, So Yeon Yu, Bomi Lee, get to really learn from I hate to call them veterans, but what a great try. But just be able to play with all these really experienced Korean players, be able to speak in Korean with them, maybe pick their brains a little bit, get to learn a thing or two. She's got to just be enjoying herself, even though she's not having a great day out today. But what a great week it's been for Yumin as we watch Princess.
That was Kabori.
Oh, that was Kabori, pardon me.
And a great one as well. She needs a big finish, double at 12, bogey at 13. But a good chance there for a birdie at 14. Big moment coming up here at 15. So Yeon Yu has 15 feet for a par. That is the hole. That's what she's aiming for. And she's 3 behind. Can ill afford to drop one, because if this does fail to drop, she's going to find herself 4 back with 3 to play. Probably a bridge too far.
And too, you want to give your team a little bit more of a cushion, especially after they missed 2 birdie opportunities on the 14th. This is definitely a must make at this point of the competition.
And big in the teams as well, don't forget. A prayer going off in the background. I'm sure Bomi Lee's saying a prayer for So Yeon Yu here. This for a par. Oh, and again, you just, I don't think I've ever seen her, I don't think I've ever seen her do that once, let alone twice in a row. She's just come out of it straight away as soon as she's hit it.
It just looks quick to me. I don't know if maybe she, I know she said on the first day she was kind of nervous coming into this competition for the team event.
Well, it's a big opportunity here for Princess Mary to really stamp her authority on this tournament. Just average, but outside chance of a birdie.
That is the smart play, though. You don't want to go long there. You want to stay below the hole. She's in the lead by 3.
And don't forget in the teams, So Yeon Yu, Bomi Lee, they're 3 ahead of the Philippine pair. We know So Yeon Yu's going to make at least a bogey here. So that would mean they're only 2 ahead. But this would counteract that bogey. This is for a birdie for Bomi Lee. This is big. Oh, big putt.
Yes.
Big, big putt. That is team golf and So Yeon Yu. She's smiling there. She knows how important that putt was. Yes, she says.
You have to have an egg it in a team competition. You got to just have your teammates back, no matter how good or bad you're playing. Oh, look, getting a little love from her caddy. It's okay.
That's fun to watch. Lydia Ko, 3rd shot at 14.
All right, this is go zone for Lydia. Yes.
You know what? They're not out of it, because if these 2 players, Kabori and Ko, make birdie, all of a sudden they're only 4 back in the teams. So yeah, I knew that was a bogey putt at 15. And I would think now 4 behind, that bogey actually drops it to 7 under. I think 4 behind with 3 to play. Never say never, but I think that might be too much. Oh, Del Rosario, we're getting told that she did find the penalty area with her 3rd shot.
Wow.
That is a miraculous recovery, but unfortunately, that'll be a bogey.
Great save, though. I mean, that could have been a disaster from where she was. Tough shot in the rough. Got to deal with some trees. Bunker in front of the green. I would say she got away with that for sure, with just dropping 1 shot. Really struggling today, though, for Pauline.
Well, they're now back to -5 in the teams. -9 is leading, 4 behind. Now up ahead at the Hyundai Stargazer. Hole-in-one hole, number 17. Kokona Sakurai for a birdie. Stop it. Oh. Teasing us.
That would have been huge for the team. Yeah, look at that scorecard. Just 1 drop shot at the 4th hole. Good going today for the Japanese player as we watch Princess here. This to get in front by 4.
Oh.
Look at Lydia in the background cheering for her.
That's so great to see. We've seen it with Lydia, Hyo-Joo Kim. And on the first hole, roles were reversed. When Lydia birdied, we saw Princess Mary clap.
Yeah, the sportsmanship this week has been just amazing to watch. All these girls want each other to play well.
Actually, when we first met at the 2017 US Women's Open in New Jersey, I remember following Lydia Ko around, and I can't remember who she was. I think it was Lexi Thompson who she was playing with. And when they called Lexi to the tee, next to the tee from the USA, Lydia stood there clapping.
Yeah, Lydia's just one of the classiest player out there. She is so lovable, has such a great personality. She gives everybody time of day, the press, the fans. She's in such a good place in her life right now, engaged, about to get married at the end of the year.
This is a big putt. This is to get within 2 shots of the lead.
Come on, Lydia.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She's had so many lip outs this week. So many. Just great putts that just refuses to go in the hole. 6 straight pars for Lydia.
Couple under par for the round, so she's 3 behind. There's 4 holes to play. Momoka Kabori, let's have a look at this team leaderboard. This would get the New Zealand pair to 4 under par in the teams. We've got So Yeon Yu and Bomi Lee at 9. Team Philippines -6. Team Japan -4. This would take New Zealand to -4. 5 back with 4 to play. I would say individually, no chance. Teams, there's still an outside chance, but this has to drop.
Uphill right to left, very makeable, must make. Yes, Momoka.
Good bounce
job.
back too. Yeah, really good bounce back. 3 over in the last 2 holes, grinding it out. She's a lovely girl. She's yeah. Finally, she'd be a bit disheartened after the 2 previous holes, and that's how things stand. 4 holes to play. Princess Mary Superal holds a 3-shot lead.
I mean, if you look at this leaderboard, from the 6th place to the 1st, it's a 9-shot difference. That just shows how good Princess Mary is playing this week. It's just incredible.
It certainly is. Great round today from the Malaysian amateur, Natasha Yoon, a 5 under par round of 67. She's in 4th spot. Been talking about the teams. Pauline Del Rosario just bogeyed 14th, so now Team Philippines, they're 4 shots behind. Japan, 5 shots behind. They've only got 1 hole to go. You'd think they need at least a couple of birdies, maybe an eagle on the last hole, but it's So Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee dominating the team side of things here at the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. th very difficult par 4, coming off a birdie at 15. This is Bo Mi Lee.
3 holes to play.
Good swing there. Yeah, she has piped that sneaky long. Effortless power.
Getting quite a bit of roll on this fairway. Perhaps just drying up slightly in some parts of the golf course. What a grouping there. So Yeon Ryu, Yu Min Hwang, Hyo-Joo Kim. I'd imagine pretty good friends. If not, I'm sure they will be after today's round.
Remember, she lost it about 60 yards right of the fairway here at 16 yesterday. That is a huge tee shot from Hyo-Joo Kim. That was more like it.
I just love that they're just smiling, having conversations out there. Yeah, they've played some golf together, Hyo-Joo and So Yeon Ryu. Now Yu Min Hwang with a tee shot here, not striking the ball quite as well. Bit of a chuckle, maybe got away with a mishit.
That's 3 big tee shots. I love how much fun they're having.
I have to say, this is the most emotion I've seen Hyo-Joo Kim expressed on the golf course. Clearly having a great time. Just so nice to see.
So Yeon Ryu coming off a bogey at 15, her tee shot at 16. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Center cut, 4 balls. Look at that. You almost throw a blanket over all 4 of those tee shots. And that's not an easy one either at 16. Trouble lurking left. We'll go back to 15. This is not an easy tee shot either, Sue-Ann.
Now it's a dog leg left with Hazard all the way on the left-hand side. Got the thick cabbage rough Bermuda, and it's tough on the right-hand side of the fairway. You definitely have to hit us on the fairway, just like it's been all week here at Pondok Ida. 251 to the bunker on the right. Not many players are going to get there this week with the softer conditions, playing 360 yards. Today, hole location 15 on, 5 from the right, just on that right section of the green. Playing over par today. We've only seen 5 birdies, 27 pars and 8 bogeys already. Difficult par 4, making the final stretch quite interesting. As we watch Princess Mary with her tee shot here, that's what they're having to deal with. Hazard on the left-hand side. She's taken dead aim right down the middle. Maybe a little closer to the left. than she would have wanted to, but
Aggressive line.
all okay, all okay.
I just don't know how she hasn't won every single tournament that she's ever teed it up in. Making it look so easy. Now, So Yeon Ryu at 16, flag on the right-hand side.
8 iron in hand and 1-hand finish. That's going left.
Oh, that is so far offline. Didn't help the ball was a bit above her feet, but I don't think I've ever seen So Yeon Ryu with so many one-handed swings the last couple of days. That's actually a pretty tough flag there at 16. Back at 15, Lydia's tee shot.
Ideally, you want to play a nice high draw. Oh, this is going right.
Well, that was an anti-left swing, wasn't it? And it's hard to tell from that angle, but
Don't see many of those from Lydia.
just probably got caught out between not wanting to go left and just getting it a bit underneath it, trying to draw it. Bomi Lee, 16. I think the hard thing here, Sue-Ann, is balls above the feet, flags on the right, winds off the right.
Oh, she started this right of the pin, playing a nice high draw. Wow.
Didn't think you could get near that flag. Bomi Lee taking dead aim and a chance to go back to back. Speaking of ham and egging, her and So Yeon Ryu have done that brilliantly this week. As soon as So Yeon struggles, Bomi Lee rises to the fore. Now Huang's second shot.
I would think at this point, she's going to try and go for it, play aggressive. No point trying to play conservative. It is going right at it.
Oh.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Over it.
You think some adrenaline is going through that girl's body right now?
Yeah, perhaps that won't be that easy a bunker shot either. Not too much green to work with.
See, again, this is where it gets interesting when you try and force it. You're trying to help, trying to protect, and you just end up making course management mistakes like that. You know you can't go along on that hole. As we take a look at Pauline's ball on the 15th.
Yeah, a little out of position here on the right-hand side over with Lydia Ko. It does appear that they're both going to be just okay, but Momoka Kabori, she'll be first to play again with a 5-wood in hand.
We've seen her hit some really close shots with this club.
Oh, all over it. That's
wow.
a chance for a back-to-back birdies. That was straight at her, wasn't it? Not giving up in the team's portion. Well, she got the tree in the way, or will she be okay, you think? It's obviously going to be very, very challenging out of this thick Bermuda rough. I feel like she's going to be just okay. She can skirt it on the right-hand side.
I think what would be going well for her here is that the pin is on the right-hand side, so I don't think that tree is actually going to be in play. She can kind of chase one down.
There is that bunker in front, but I also think she can skirt that on the right-hand side too.
Long iron in hand. It's all about getting the good enough contact to get far down enough. Oh, yep.
How often do we see that thick grass club gets turned over?
Trouble continues for Pauline, unfortunately. She's been out of position all day with her long game. Not looking very happy. I can totally understand that. It's frustrating.
Yeah, very, very frustrating. And certainly with Team Philippines right there in contention now. Lydia Ko, she is stymied. Now, I don't give her much chance here. If this was coming from the fairway, she could certainly maneuver this around the tree, but out of this rough, I think next to no chance to be able to curve it.
Well, I think she's going to try and just play this to the front of the green.
Just front
with
left, you think?
Yeah, with like a little cut. I don't know how much she can move the ball.
Yeah, it's
Probably
well
right before
played.
the bunker, yeah.
Well played, but no chance to get it up there next to the putting surface. But it's a good leave. And still smiling despite the trouble. I think that's the first time she's ever had to chip out in her life, Lydia Ko. Our leader, Princess Mary Superall. She could really, well, she could almost put an end to things here if she was to make a birdie, but certainly a par will do. She's got a good angle.
Yeah, At this point, you might think maybe just play smart, but she's been playing aggressive all day. That is a smart shot. Not trying to attack this pin. Give yourself a nice 2-putt par. Stress-free, coming down the stretch. You're leading by 3.
That's a good point, because we saw So Yeon Ryu miss it over on the right. Really no chance of up and down from over there. Did not want to flirt with that side.
This is where discipline really comes in play at this point of the competition. You don't want to push it. Play smart. You've got this 3-shot lead. You've been playing some great golf. Just plot your way around.
You saw the leaderboard there. Round of the day so far from Malaysian amateur Natasha Oon, a 5 under 67. 18-year-old Huang went long here at 16. Not an easy bunker shot. Caught ball first. And 15 feet coming back for a par. Bunkers have just been a little bit inconsistent this week. Not much sand in some, a little bit too much in others. And that's all happening. It has been happening all day long. Princess Mary Superal holds a 3-shot lead with 4 holes to play over superstar Lydia Ko, but Lydia in trouble at 15.
And let's take a look at the team leaderboard here. So Yeon Ryu, Bomi Lee leading by 4, making things almost quite convincing coming down the stretch. It is a great day out today.
Back at 15, Rosario in trouble off the tee, could only punch it out to this position on this par 4. This is a 3rd shot. Look at the galleries. 3,500, 4,000 people surrounding this green.
Look pretty good. Oh, that's a good shot. Below the hole, uphill putt for a par. Yeah, I got to feel for her a little bit. She played some great golf yesterday. Looked like she might come in today with a bit of a chance.
She's had a couple of wins on mini tours in the US in the last 12 months, Rosario. Certainly got all the tools, just got to put it all together. Now, this is an extremely difficult 2-putt for So Yeon Ryu at 16. Well, I thought it was. Beautiful lag. Could ill afford to drop another one after the bogey at 15. It's still been such a super impressive performance from So Yeon Ryu. Very difficult year for her this year.
Only 1 top 10, which is quite surprising for So Yeon.
Which came at the Evian, a major, just a month or so ago, and she had a chance to win that on the final day. Now back at 15, Lydia Ko, 3rd shot at the par 4.
I think she's going to get this up and down. That's my prediction. She's just so good in this range. All these players spending a lot of time with the distance control. Not her best for Lydia.
Lydia Ko at the par 4 15th. She's left herself about 12 feet for a par. Princess Mary Superal on the green in 2, leading by 3. Lydia Ko, you're going to think that is a must make. Just so super impressive. Really impressive from Natasha Oon as well. We've spoken a couple of times how she's just recently turned pro. She's a top 10 player in the world as an amateur, no doubt has a big future. And Sue-Ann, again, we've spoken about it the last 2.5 days. I've just loved learning the stories and the backstories of a lot of these players who you don't typically see on television.
No, and there's just so many good golfers all over the world, and it just shows how difficult it is to get to the top of the LPGA. It just is so difficult. As you can see, all these players like Princess, for example, we've been talking about it.
Oh! You got to think that shut the gate.
Okay, Princess is here to play, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. 5 under par for the round. 12 under, opens up a 4-shot lead. Could easily be 5 because Lydia Ko has 12 feet for par to come. I think, well, if the engraver hasn't already engraved her full name on the trophy, you got to think at least Princess Mary's on there.
I want to know what her heart rate is right now. Let's take another look.
Does it exist? Does she have a pulse?
That was so good. We're going to have to take a look at it again. This was clutch. Right up the hill, left to right at the end, right in the middle. Well done.
Had eyes only for the hole, didn't it? Right in the center of the cup.
That was fun.
How do you follow that? Momoka Kobori. Now, that might change the complexion of the team leaderboard as well. A little bit of left to right in this. This to get Team New Zealand within 4 shots. Momoka Kobori, no. Well, I can tell you that Team Philippines now, that gets them within 3 of the team of So Yeon Ryu and Bomi Lee, but don't forget that Rosario has 8 feet left for a par. The team element to this is absolutely brilliant.
It's just so good. I love it. I'm a big team player. I've always loved national team, college, any kind of team event, SEA Games, Queen's Surrogate Cups. There's something about it because golf is such an individual game. So anytime you get to play as a team for your country or whether it's with your teammates, it's just so much fun and it brings a different element into the competition.
And
it's not about you anymore, it's about your team.
Absolutely. I know some of my best memories come from playing amateur golf, representing your club, representing the state, then if you're good enough, representing the country. And yeah, there's some of my fondest memories with your teammates and traveling, and it's nice to be able to share it with people in a sport. As you said, it can be a lonely existence. This is a big putt for Rosario. This is to keep Team Philippines within 3. Oh, it's been a rough day, hasn't it, for Rosario? +6 on the round now, +7 for the tournament. And So Yeon Ryu and Bomi Lee, they've just held on to 3-4-shot lead all day long. There's been lots of chances for teams to draw closer, but they've just managed to stay 3-4 shots clear. Now, Hyoju Kim, birdie putt at the par 4 16th.
Yeah, struggle street for Hyoju today. 3 over par, needs to make this for her team. It just slides by the left-hand side of the cup. It's one of those days, Hyoju, isn't it? It's one of those days. Sometimes you just have to laugh about it, have a bit of a sense of humor about rounds of golf like that. Otherwise, it's going to eat you up, and it's going to be very draining if you want to have a long career in this game.
Well, if she doesn't hold this, Lydia Ko, you got to think that the tournament is over because she's 4 behind. This is for par. Downhill, right to left. Clutch. Clutch. So much experience. And starting to show Lydia Ko 8 under par. But after that birdie for Princess Mary, she has a 4-shot lead with 3 to play. Up ahead at 16, par putt for Huang. Tough day, +4 for the round. She just hung in there so well through 45 holes, but this 9 just starting to catch up with her a little bit. But nonetheless, it's been a great experience and really been a delight to watch. Now, one of my favourite players, Pacharajuta Kongrapan.
Also known as PK, if you want to make things easier for yourself, Ewan.
I just wanted to say that name.
Well, you nailed it. Good job.
Birdie putt at 18. We had fun watching her yesterday. And a great way to finish for PK, and I love the emotion.
Oh, that reaction was absolute classic. 2 under par today. It's been a good week for her, PK. So much experience on the LPGA. Played on there for 8 years.
She's moved inside the top 5 on the individual leaderboard with that as well. That's a great week. Bomi Lee at 16. Remember, she birdied 15. This for birdie at 16 to go back to back. No, just keeps the door slightly ajar in the teams.
And she's hit some great shots today. And it's the flat stick, not quite helping her out.
Let's jump up to 18. The 18-year-old Japanese phenom Kokona Sakurai. Birdie putt. This for a round of 5 under par 67. Oh, and it just loses pace. But nonetheless, what a stellar performance from this young lady. A round of 68. She's in the clubhouse at 3 under par in a share of 5th.
Should be very proud of herself. Started the day even par. Shot 5 under today. It's a good round from the young Japanese. So much potential.
So Yeon-Yu should be a tap in here at 16 for a par. And that's a par 4. She will head to the par 3 17th. 5 shots behind. It's all happening. Princess Mary Superal with birdie at 15. 4-shot lead with 3 holes to play.
Looks like she's just about walking away with this. 3 holes left to play. 1 par 5 left as well. Lydia Ko on the chase. You might think maybe a little too late at this point. Needs to make something happen. So Yeon-Yu as well. Started off the day hot and just kind of fizzled out.
But look at those 8 players as well. Apart from 2 Koreans, it's one of every single nation on that leaderboard. And So Yeon-Yu, Bomi Lee, they retain a 4-shot lead, 3 holes to play in the teams, 2 holes to play for them. Pauline Del Rosario, Princess Mary Superal, they're 4 behind. Oh, and about half an hour of play left here. It's going to be a thrilling finish. Not many chances left to win that Hyundai Stargazer for a hole-in-one. Bomi Lee on the tee at 17.
Playing a total of 160 yards today. Hole locations 13 on, 4 from the left. You do not want to go left. That is smart play. Well-struck iron shot by Bomi.
Well, it plays downwind this par 3 17th, and the green is firm. And with the flag there on the front left, it's not easy to keep the ball pin high. Let's go back to 16. Now, this is a tough tee shot. Can't go left. And that one's not going left. That one is absolutely piped. That is huge.
Look at the roll on that. Don't see that very often on this golf course this week, considering how wet it's been.
What a performance. All right, Momoka Kobori, tee shot here at 16.
Not her best ball striking round today, but that was a solid tee shot by Momoka.
Goes to show how far Princess Mary hit it out there. I know Momoka's not a long player, but 50-yard difference between those two. Now Lydia Ko.
I also think Princess Mary might have a little bit more adrenaline in her body flowing at this point.
Lydia's 4 back. Only 3 holes to play. Needs to make something happen. Can't go left here at 16. Hit her last tee shot out to the right.
That looked like a better swing. Didn't get stuck behind this time.
Let's jump ahead to 17. The par 3 playing a little bit downhill, and the Hyundai Stargazer hole in 1 hole.
Playing a total of 160 yards today. Not much wind, which helps. Bunker just protecting the left-hand side of this green. Hole location today, it's 13 on, 4 from the left. We saw a few players on the bunker on the left-hand side. It's a really tough up and down. Playing over par today, only 2 birdies. Thanks to this very difficult hole location. Anything center of this green is going to be the way to go for this final group, or the second final group, I should say. Hyo-Joo Kim now, just 7-iron in hand.
Taking dead aim. Well, it's on the same line as Bo Mi Lee's ball. But see how much it's releasing out. This is a very firm green. It actually slopes a little bit front to back here at 17.
Come on, somebody. Get a hole in one. Drive away with that lovely car in the background, the Stargazer, thanks to Hyundai.
I like this move, going over to the right side of the tee. Give yourself a good angle. And 5 shots back. She needs a 1. She needs an eagle finish. Well, she's got 2 hands on the club. The last 2 swings have been 1 hand.
Oh,
get in!
Come on! Come on! Oh, what a tee shot from So-Yeon Ryu. That was a great effort.
Oh, it had
to
a
try
look.
and win that car.
It did have a little peak on the way by, didn't it? Beautiful shot. 5 players left to try and win that Hyundai Stargazer. Yumin Huang, this is her tee shot. Beautiful swing. Posing.
Oh.
Cracking shot. It's getting closer.
That could have ended up poorly, but she got a pretty nice bounce and a great result for Yumin.
Well, you took us through the 17th hole, but the par 4 16th poses some problems off the tee. We've just seen the players tee off here.
They have played the tees forward all this week, right about 30 yards, 242 to the bunker on the right. Water on the left in play, we've seen for some of these players. And right around this bend here, tough second shot into the screen. 21 paces on, 6 from the right. Playing over par today, only 3 birdies. It is a difficult hole thanks to its length. Really got to hit it in the right section of this large green here at Pondok Indah. As we take a look at Pauline with a second, really just struggling with these clubs today. Not her day out at all.
Long way back with that second shot, and she's hoiked that one over near the penalty area, but that'll be okay. Long putt here at 17 for Hyo-Joo Kim. Has she got enough clubs, Sue-Ann?
I mean,
can she get it there?
I think so. It's just anything in the 2-putt range here will be good. And wow, that was really well judged. Not easy with the different grains on this green. Very common here in Southeast Asia. She's been smiling a whole bunch today, Hyo-Joo.
Good to see Momoka Kobori. Her second, trying to hold it up against the breeze at 16. Yeah, good shot there. Look how firm this green is. That flag, 21 paces on, that landed right on the front edge. That's kicked on almost 30 paces. We'll give Hyo-Joo Kim her par putt. Now Bo Mi Lee, long birdie putt across the green at 17.
interesting. When she struck that putt, I thought, oh, that had a lot of hit in it. Kind of stabbed at it. Some work left for a par for Bomi Lee as we take a look at Lydia on the 16th for her second shot. Taking dead aim. You don't want to miss this right. Short sight yourself. Oh,
Cracking shot. Really, really good shot. Not an easy flag to get near that one at 16 on the right-hand side. After that beautiful tee shot at 17, had a little peek at the hole as it went past. So Yeon Yu for birdie.
This will help secure the team's lead coming down the stretch. Yes.
Yeah. And a clap from Yu Min Hwang. Again, the sportsmanship. I love it. That moves So Yeon Yu into a share of second in the individual with Lydia Ko. But still 4 shots back. Big thumbs up. You got to think that she needs an eagle at the last to have a chance in the individual. Now Princess Mary, second shot at 16.
Smart play with just to be left of the pin in her position. That is just so good.
So impressive. It's hard to... I think I've gone through the whole thesaurus of adjectives trying to describe her play. So impressive. Now Yu Min Hwang, after a brilliant tee shot at 17 to get it back to the level for the tournament. Yep, well deserved. Couple of deuces here at 17. That's awesome. What a thrill it must be for Hwang. 18 years old, like I said, we'll see her name on leaderboards around the world for a long time to come. Bomi Lee, this is a par putt. Well done for Bomi Lee. Let's take a look at our hourly update. Hyoju Kim, long birdie putt at 15. Hold a bomb on this hole yesterday and a couple of revolutions short from doing it again.
Yeah, just the 13th hole really ate her up this week, and just not her best ball striking round today. Struggling to make pars on this golf course for Hyoju. Lots of smiles nonetheless from her. It's been really a pleasure having her in Jakarta as we watch Yu Min Hwang putting for a birdie.
Right over the edge of the hole. It hasn't been her day, Yu Min Hwang. She did just make a birdie at 17. A terrific experience, and I've loved learning all about her this week. Recently turned professional. You can see why she was one of the most highly touted amateurs in the world. This was a birdie putt for Bomi Lee at 15, a very timely one. The 17th hole, Kokona Sakurai, long birdie putt. What a round she's had today, Sue Ann. 4 under.
Oh, just a little short today. She, you know, she needs to be, she will be very proud of herself with her performance today. Now she's got up there to top 5 in a very strong field of players as we take a look at the 14th. Lydia Ko for a birdie. Oh, story of her week, really. Lots of lip outs on these greens for Lydia.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that putt, just missing on the left side. That's a tap-in par. Currently 8 under as we speak. 4 back with 3 to play. Princess Mary Superal. Look at this. 45 feet up and over a tier. Breaking right. Nothing but net. It was never missing. Incredible stuff. PK. 20 foot for birdie on 18. Yeah, watch this reaction.
This is my favorite reaction from her this week. That was just such a joy to watch. She is such a competitor, and just flying that Thai flag very proudly all over her outfit today.
This was So Yeon Yu, her tee shot at 17. Remember the Hyundai Stargazer for a hole-in-one hasn't gone off this week, and right there I thought it had a chance. 7 feet below the hole. This is how things stand. 3 holes to play here at Pondok Indah. Princess Mary Superil, a 4-shot lead.
Starting to look like she's going to be walking away with the trophy. So-Yeon Ryu, just, you would think the second day really cost her quite a bit of shots behind.
And this is how things stand in the teams. They've been 2, 3, 4 ahead all day, So-Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee. They've now opened up a 5-shot lead over the Philippine pair. You'd have to think a bridge too far with only 2, 3 holes to play, but you never know, stranger things have happened. Let's head back out to the live action. And this is up at 18, Thailand's Jaravi Boonchant. We got to see plenty of her over the first couple of days. Long birdie putt. Oh. Solid performance this week. Share of 12th rounds of 73-70, and if she taps that in, another 73. Back at 16, Rosario, 3rd shot.
From across the green, that was a huge miss-hit on her second. Bump and run, needs to go. Oh no, still just grinding for those pars today for Pauline. Unfortunately, just not feeling it at all. You can tell she's certainly feeling the frustration. Played pretty well yesterday, struck the ball nicely. Just not her day today, unfortunately.
Christina Yoko, the Indonesian amateur, attends Augusta University. She's had a couple of college wins in 2022. This for a birdie. You little beauty. She finishes this tournament in red figures and moves inside the top 10. What a performance for the local girl. Kabori, long birdie putt at 16.
Got a decent read from Pauline's chip. Left to right, up this hill, it's gotta go.
What a putt.
Gotta go.
What a putt. Oh. You got to give her credit because, like we've spoken about, she's the shortest hitter out here, leaving herself such long shots into these holes, and she's been able to compete really toe-to-toe with most of these players.
There's many ways to skin a cat, as they say. Plenty of ways to get around the golf course. We've seen all sorts of different types of players on the LPGA, on the PGA, on all the tours as well. Now, Princess, this, if she makes this, I think.
Well, you'd pretty much say shut the gate if this goes in, but don't forget that Lydia Ko has 10 feet for birdie as well. So if Lydia Ko was to birdie, Princess Mary pars, 3-shot lead with 2 to go. It's not all over. We've seen quite a few fluctuations happen before, but this would really, you would think, put it beyond doubt. Oh. And I know we've harped on about it, but even Lydia Ko there just gesturing for it to go right and go in. The sportsmanship is phenomenal.
You know, it's really interesting. You do need to think, as much as they are competing against each other, this is the challenge with golf. You are really still competing against the golf course, aren't you?
Totally.
Can't control what your competitors are doing. Can only control what you are doing.
That's a birdie putt at 18 for Shinalungan, the 21-year-old Indonesian amateur. What a way to finish. What a performance from Yoko and Shinalungan. She moves to 2 under. And that is a share of 7th. 2 top 10 finishes for the local amateurs. What a week. Known each other from a very early age, playing junior golf here in Indonesia. Now back at 16, Lydia Ko, birdie putt.
As you said, Ewan, this will add some pressure to Princess coming down the stretch with a 3-shot lead.
Oh, it's the story of her week, isn't it? Frustration on the face of Lydia Ko. But you know what? As disappointing as it is for her that the putts haven't dropped, she would know just how much this means for Princess Mary Superil if she was to win this. And you got to think that she's really supporting her pretty heavily as well.
Absolutely. I mean, look, these girls are competitors, but I think they also understand what it's like to struggle, what it's like to not be able to win, what it's like to go through a slump, what it's like to, you know, not be able to make it on the LPGA. They all have experienced it some way or another. Not so much for Lydia, but she's had her struggles too. And so I think she knows, like you said, how much it will mean to Princess, as well as for the country of the Philippines. As we take a look at her teammate, Pauline, trying to clean up here for a par. It's been just a challenging day for this young lady.
Yeah, 6 over par on the round, but a beautiful save there. That keeps Team Philippines in second place. They are 5 shots behind the team of So Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee. Couple holes to play. Probably all but over in the teams. Princess Mary Superal, 4 ahead, has 2 holes to play. Lydia Ko, So Yeon Ryu there at 8 under par. Some fantastic rounds today. Natasha Oon, the amateur, low round so far, 67. And this is the teams. So Yeon Ryu, Bo Mi Lee, 5 ahead of Pauline Del Rosario. Just 2 holes to play here in the final day of the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Up at 18, this is Bo Mi Lee with her second shot at the par 5, cracking finishing hole.
We've talked so much about this hole this week. Real risk reward. Layup is tough. It's so narrow up there. She's done a great job finding that little bit of fairway.
Princess Mary Superal going to the right side of the tee here at 17. Keep it right off the flag. And she's done that and managed to stop it pretty quickly. Beautiful golf shot, just what the doctor ordered.
She is looking really, really solid at this point. Don't know if much else can go wrong in her game. Hyoju trying to get to this green in 2. Looking very nervous.
Oh. Front bunker, that's going to be an awkward, long bunker shot. You're right, I've never seen her show this much emotion. Oh, it's great to see. Momoko Kobori, Hyundai Stargazer, hole-in-one on offer, 3 to go. Posing. Oh, beautiful shot. A chance for birdie there, but just 2 shots left here at 17. We'll go up to 18. Yu Min Huang. This is her second at the par 5. Can she reach the green? Just short of getting on the putting surface at 18 for Yu Min Huang.
I was sweating watching that golf ball. I think she caught that just a little behind it.
What an aggressive line that was. What water, she said. Okay, Lydia Ko, 17th hole. Can she win the Hyundai Stargazer for a hole-in-one? Oh, it was all over the flag. 20 feet past the hole. Well, just 1 chance left to win the Hyundai Stargazer. It's been a terrific initiative from our major sponsor Hyundai, putting this up for grabs on both the 12th and 17th holes this week, not just throughout the tournament, but also during the Pro-Am. It's all come down to one last shot. Pauline Del Rosario from the Philippines. It's been a rough day. She's +6. I think that vehicle would go a long way towards rectifying her thoughts on the final round.
Just a 7-iron for this long-hitting Filipino.
I think she likes it.
Can't win the competition, but you can win a car.
It's a beautiful shot. No one wins the car, but gee, we saw some players give it a really good shot today at hole 12, and some good shots there at 17 towards the end. And the crowds, the huge local crowds out following these stars. It's great to see. They've been flocking all week long. And here is the par 5 finishing hole that we've spoken about non-stop throughout the week.
This is my favorite on this golf course this week. It is just makes for such a dramatic finish. We've seen so many different results coming out of this golf hole. 468 yards, 250 into that landing zone. Most players are going to be right about there. This is where it gets tricky. Do you go for the green or do you lay up? Now, if you lay up, it is a narrow fairway on the right-hand side. It's almost better to be on the left-hand side of the fairway on your tee shot. And once you hit the fairway here, it's a pretty straightforward pitch shot. Hole location today, quite similar to yesterday. 20 on 6 from the right, playing under par. 13 birdies we have seen. We saw Lydia chip in on the first day. That was a beauty.
Yeah, that was for an eagle on day 1, and then we saw Shibuno as well. Remember, she made a 7. Like you said, the whole range of scores here, but this is the 3rd shot for Bo Mi Lee at 18. It's like she finds everything funny, Bo Mi Lee. She's always giggling or laughing, and that's a pretty good shot. She's hung in there well today. 4 over par early on the front 9. That'll be for a round of 2 over. She's a fun player to watch. Now, So Yeon Ryu, 3rd shot.
This, you would think, would get pretty close. Yep.
Yeah, thrilling the local gallery here at 18. That'll be to move to outright 2nd. Difficult bunker shot for Hyo-Joo Kim. 3rd shot. Oh, stop it. Did I say difficult? Not for her.
Those bunker shots are so tough to judge. Do you play the bump and run? Do you play the high shot? And if you play the high shot, you might thin it.
I'll tell you what made that one hard is you had the grandstand behind the green. I would have been looking at that. Now, Princess Mary Superal. This would put the tournament beyond doubt. Good putt, good try. Well, she just really has to get in without throwing up on herself on the last hole. It's been such an impressive performance. A bogey-free round of 5 under par to this point. 1 hole to play.
She's played 53 holes and dropped 1.
Phenomenal. In fact, it's really unfathomable as Yu-Min Huang plays her 3rd shot at the par 5. Just stabbing it out of that thick rough, trying to release it up there. Not her best effort, coming off a birdie at 17. Speaking of 17, this is Lydia Ko to move within 3 of the lead.
Also to get herself in solo 2nd. Another one bites the dust.
So even if she eagled 18, So Yeon Ryu can do no better than birdie at 18. That means that Princess Mary Superal just has to make 6 or better to be assured a victory on 18.
8 straight pars for Lydia.
This is for a top 10 finish for Yu-Min Huang to get to 1 under par and move into a share of 9th. Never had a chance. Very disappointing after that brave 2nd shot, but a very good week nonetheless. 13th place for this talented young Korean. Like I've said, huge future for her.
She's already impressed Lydia. We talked a lot about her on the first day. Hyo-Joo as well. What a great experience. As we take a look at Momoka for a birdie after a great tee shot on the 17th. Just not enough for Momoka. And
a terrific year from Momoka Kobori. couple of wins in Europe. Bomi Lee at 18 for birdie, just loses pace. She finishes her tournament at 2 under par in a share of 7th for the 21-time winner on the Japan LPGA Tour. Oh, I love watching her, the emotions. Now back to Rosario at 17, birdie putt. She deserves this.
Oh, no.
Story of her day. It's just so hard to play 2 excellent rounds back to back. She did so yesterday, 2 under in trying conditions, but just hasn't been her day today. As we go up to 18, So Yeon Ryu has this birdie putt to move into solo second.
I think this will seal the deal for the team competition. Yes.
Just nothing short of super impressive for So Yeon Ryu. 65, 75, 67. Don't forget that 75 yesterday. She was 6 over at one point. She's picked up 8 shots in the last 25 holes. Hyo-Joo Kim, birdie putt at 18.
After a great bunker shot to this point. Uphill left to right.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that's just a wry smile. It's been the story of her back 9, 4 over par on the backside. And these friends, these 4 friends from Korea, what a fun day it must have been for those girls. Couple of major champions. Yumin Huang, she's probably a major champion in waiting. Hyo-Joo Kim, so dramatic. I love it. Now, Princess Mary, last tee shot of the tournament. Just get it in play.
Ooh, I'm nervous for her. I don't know about you watching at home. I think it would just mean so much for her to win this.
And she's just done that all week long. Just piping it up the fairway. That is absolutely perfect as well on the right-hand side. Momoka Kobori, she is currently in 18th place. Couple over par on her round. Had a fantastic amateur career, Momoka. Graduate of Pepperdine University in Malibu in California. Not far from where you got married, Sue-Ann.
No, it's a beautiful area. That campus is something else. It is just so beautiful up there. That's a great tee shot to finish off a final round of what has been a challenging day from Momoka.
Lydia Ko now, her final tee shot. Kudos to Lydia for making the trip over to Jakarta to play this week. Busy schedule, lot going on in her life. Engaged to be married. She's had a great year. She's won on the LPGA Tour. She's had a real global schedule lately too, playing in France and the UK, back to the US, and now here in Jakarta.
Flew in all the way from San Francisco, where her fiance is at the moment. It's 11 p.m. out there. You think he's watching?
Of course he's watching.
He better be.
He better be. You're right. She's enjoyed herself. A caddy there, finished 34th in the Indonesian Open on the Men's Asian Tour here last month. He's been able to help guide her around this Pondok Indah layout. Final tee shot of the tournament for Pauline Del Rosario from the Philippines. Yeah, That is just fine down the right-hand side. In the final group, has teed off the final hole. Such wonderful galleries out here this week. Let's have another look at this final par 5.
What a great finishing hole where a final group is on right now. All 4 players on the fairway. That is step 1 for success on this final hole par 5. Playing 468. 250 right about to that landing zone. Layup is no walk in the park this week. It is just so narrow up there with water on the left-hand side. We've seen Hinako Shibuno on day 1 having a few hits on the left-hand side of the thick rough. But from there, it is a pretty scoreable hole. Flip wedge into this green, playing under par today. 14 birdies we've seen already. Such a good finishing hole. We've seen all sorts of different dramas throughout this week. On the 18th.
We've seen eagles right through to double bogeys, and it's a testament to what a great risk-reward hole it is. Momoka Kobori, she'll be first to play with her second here at the par 5.
You can just see how narrow that fairway looks from this angle. Coming in from the right-hand side of the fairway. Looking a little concerned. Where is it? I think it's okay.
Generally a concerned look for Momoka Kobori is if it's not going to be right in the dead center of the fairway. Rosario laying up, second shot.
Interesting. Yesterday we watched her hit a 3-wood from very similar spot. Perhaps not quite feeling it today. Just laying up with an iron. Okay.
Yeah, that was dangerous. Her swing actually reminds me a lot of Paula Creamer's.
You're right, actually. Yeah, very similar.
Not quite as much head dip going into the ball, but similar setup, similar swing plane.
What a career that lady's had. Paula
Making
Creamer.
a bit of a comeback as well after becoming a mother. Lydia Ko. She will be laying up as well.
Tough angle coming in from the right-hand side of the fairway, really bringing the left side, the hazard really in play here. Just aim this down that right-hand side of the bunkers. Ooh, this is drawing. Ooh.
It's all right, but like we saw from Shibuno on day 1, it's thick down there. Princess Mary Superal. 6 or better wins this tournament. Probably 7 or better, unless Lydia holds that one. But you got to think the way she's played this week, she's probably thinking eagle or birdie.
I'm actually quite surprised with the club in hand here. I would think she would probably go with an iron or something and just plot her way. Flip a wedge in, 2-putt for a win. But no, she is sticking to her game plan. Hybrid, yeah, that is perfect, I think. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, so aggressive, but I love it. It is absolutely perfect right there. She's got to be thinking birdie. 4-shot win. What a display of golf. 66 day 1, 71 in trying conditions yesterday. 5 under par today. She's most probably going to shoot 66 or 67.
$100,000.
What do you think's going through her mind right now? What's she thinking?
I hope she is just thinking of what she needs to do next. Task at hand, focusing on the job, what she needs to do. It's easy in this position to get ahead of yourself. Your heart rate starts to go up, start to get nervous, but still you have to finish the round. You still have to put the ball on the green. You still have to make the putt. until that ball is in the hole, you don't celebrate.
I think one of the things, I guess you could call it an issue, one of the things for Asian players, both men and women, in years gone by is the fact that they're very comfortable in their comfort zones playing, whether it's the Asian Tour, the Japanese Tour, the Korean Women's Tour, whatever it is. And obviously Princess very comfortable playing her home tour in the Philippines with 3 wins in the last 12 months. A win like this, as you said, can open up a lot of doors, both endorsements and playing opportunities. She's now financially secure, at least for the next 12 to 18 months. Winning this, will she go and try her hand at playing the biggest tour in the world? Because you've got to think she's going to get some invites to play there.
I certainly hope so. I mean, looking at her game all this week, she's got more than enough to compete on the LPGA with the best players in the world. And we talked a lot about the opportunities that could open up for her this week. I mean, her golf has been very, very impressive. It's been so nice to get to know her, learn about her story. This is going to change her life in so many ways. The self-belief that can come out of this week is going to be incredible.
I guess on the flip side of what I just said as well, but this Ladies Asian Tour Series growing exponentially into the future, 7 events planned for next year, 10 for the year after. She may be very, very happy in just playing here. Play those 7, play those 10, play the rest in the Philippines. Maybe just play the major championships or try and qualify for them. And you can make a very nice living that way. I just love the fact that there's more and more pathways and opportunities for these girls here in this region.
Absolutely. Anytime you have more opportunities, it's going to be good for all these girls. The more tournaments they get to play, the more money they get to make. It is tough, man. It is tough to be a professional athlete.
Momoka Kobori, this is her 3rd shot at 18. Wedge in hand. She's going to have to give this plenty. 118 yards. Oh, she has. What a cracking shot to finish.
Giving the fans something to cheer about on the 18th hole. Yes.
I'll follow that one, Pauline. That's a good image to have in your head. Pretty generous hole location on this final hole for the last day. I know the first day on the front left posed a few issues, apart from Lydia Ko, for these players. The gallery around the green and in the corporate marquee behind the green.
Really almost the same hole location as yesterday, just a couple of paces back from where it was. So these players should be quite familiar with how this plays out. Now, Pauline, can she finish strong? Get it.
Oh, you bet she can. Yeah, a couple of people are going nuts there in the gallery. Rightly so. All right, the biggest moment of this young lady's life coming up right here. Princess Mary Supral, her 3rd shot. I'd be getting those marshals to stop behind the green. They have.
Especially if you're wearing bright green.
16 different nations represented across the top there. And it appears Philippines will come out on top in the individual. Classy, as she has been all week, Sue-Ann.
Wow, that is clutch. She must be feeling so nervous.
Well,
and to hit that shot.
You'd think so. Doesn't look it, does she?
No, but to hit that shot, it's impressive. Now, Lydia, this is a tough shot. Want to be careful not to go right under it in this Bermuda grass. We saw that with Hinako Shibuno on the first day. Caught that pretty good, I think. All right, go. Oh, that's actually a really good result from where she was. Not easy at all to judge the thick rough. Well, if she makes that, she'll be tied for second with So Yeon Yu.
Yeah, good play this week from Lydia Ko. Just unusually for her, the putter has, the last couple of days anyway, deserted her a little bit. Not that she's putting poorly, but just keeps burning the edges time and time again. And really, it's been the difference between potentially winning and certainly really threatening for this title and a second or third place finish. But it's been great having her here. She's brought the galleries in. I know she's had a lot of fun.
I know, yeah.
So I was just going to say, getting pulled in all different directions as well from the media and the press, a lot of different commitments away from the course, and she's just obliged beautifully.
I know she loves coming to this part of the world, Southeast Asia. She loves Thailand, certainly loves Singapore. And just an absolute class act of a human being. 25 years of age, already accomplished so much. Former world #1, top 10 in the all-time LPGA winnings. Only amateur to win 2 professional events. The list goes on with this young lady, and she's not close to being done yet with her career.
Now, the first day I pointed out she had 7 T's in her hair. I noticed, I just counted 10. You obviously add to it as each round goes on. You're friends with her. Have you asked her that?
I have not, actually. I think she just puts however many T's in there. I don't think she's a very superstitious player from what I can understand. She just told me earlier this week she's just trying to stay cool as possible in this heat.
Yeah.
And,
good luck with that.
yeah.
All right, this to finish in a share of second for Lydia Ko alongside So Yeon Yu at 9 under par. Just loses pace. You can see a little shake of the head there. That's been the story of her week. It's been fabulous having Lydia Ko here in Jakarta for the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Some terrific golf, 66, 72, 70, 8 under par, ultimately going to fall just short, but a great week nevertheless.
The fans have had such a treat being able to get the front row seat to watch Lydia Ko tee it up in Jakarta, as well as this young up-and-coming lady with so much potential. I think we're going to see so much of her this week.
I'm surprised that they didn't let her putt last, but Princess Mary Superal, this for a 4-shot victory. A couple of revolutions short, but it doesn't matter.
Should have marked it.
It's a fairy tale finish for Princess Mary Superal from the Philippines. 66, 71, 67, 12 under par, and a 3-shot win over So Yeon Yu. Biggest moment of that young lady's career.
The emotions running through that young mind right now. What this means to her has got to be huge. She's just beat Lydia Ko, So Yeon Yu.
And this is a big putt too for Rosario, because this will ensure outright second for Team Philippines. Yeah, she deserved that. Well done, Pauline Del Rosario.
What a great performance by Team Philippines. Stepping up to the challenge against the South Koreans and the Japanese and the Kiwis.
It's going to be a 3rd place finish for the Kiwis, Team New Zealand. Lydia Ko finishing the tournament at 8 under par. Momoka Kobori this to finish the tournament at +3. Many flashes of brilliance this week for this young lady. Just a few too many drop shots, but she too has a big future. And a great way to finish. Momoka Kobori, birdie at the last. And she finishes at +3. Congratulations there from one teammate to another. Pauline Del Rosario congratulating Princess Mary. And what an emotional moment.
You can just see how much this really, truly means to her.
Is it okay if I'm in tears?
I'm about to tear up. All the hard work, the sacrifices, the sweat, the tears, all worth it after this win today.
Oh, it's just what a special moment for her with the Philippine flag flying proudly on the golf bag there. Biggest moment of her career. Let's let her take the victory walk up to the scorer's hut. Beautiful moment for this young lady. Plenty of time for selfies after it, Princess.
This has got to feel so good. What great reception from the fans as well in Jakarta.
Oh, you're going to be busy signing after it, Princess. Don't do them all now. And left-handed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, security guards telling her to go to the scorer's hut. Oh, the crowds have loved having the best players in the world here. And like I said, a fairy tale finish with the Philippines' Princess Mary Superal, a 3-shot winner at the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. They'll make their way to the scorer's hut just to ensure everything is marked correctly. No indiscretions.
2 signatures on the scorecard is a must as we watch this winning putt on the 18th. Big moment for this young Filipino. Came up a little short, but tap in for the biggest win of her life. Life-changing week for this young lady.
3-shot win for Princess Mary Superal. And what I loved at the end then, you look at her face here, that was pretty much for 54 holes, that was her game face. No emotion, completely unflappable. Then it all came out at the end, sharing the moment with one of her best friends and a teammate, Pauline Del Rosario.
I've got chills all the way down my spine.
Here it is here. Not often you start tearing up in the commentary box, but that was an emotional moment for everyone. And this is how things finished up. 3-shot win for Princess Mary Superal over So Yeon Ryu. A terrific comeback over the last 27 holes for the South Korean. Lydia Ko there in 3rd place, but plenty of other terrific performances this week, Sue-Ann.
Yeah, a bit of a surprising one by Hyo-Joo Kim, to be honest, but congratulations to Korea too. So Yeon Ryu, Bomi Lee. Looking a little shaky yesterday, but came out today hot.
Pauline Del Rosario and Princess Mary there finishing in 2nd place in the teams. Lydia Ko and Momoka in 3rd, and a terrific performance from the local amateurs, Christina Yoko and Patricia Shinalungan. Well done. We are back. Everything has been completed here on the final day of the Simone Asia Pacific Cup. Princess Mary Superal, a 3-shot winner in the individual. Team Korea leading the way. That was Princess Mary Superal's caddy, and she is a local superstar right now. Everyone wanting a piece of her. Oh, what a special moment. And it was a special day, a special week for our champion, Princess Mary Superal. Let's take a look at some of her highlights from the final round as her caddy revels in being a celebrity. This was a birdie putt at the second.
She's just been rolling the ball so well all week, and really just, I am so impressed with her game.
Every facet of the game was on song this week. Birdie at 2, this for another one at 3. Moved to 9 under par. Any nerves you thought she might have had? Well, I think otherwise. She wasn't done either. This was for birdie at 4.
No, she came out of the gates hot. Taking that commanding lead. Putting pressure on the chases behind her. And this one on 10th. Toughest hole this week. Yesterday, at least.
Apparently.
Not for her, though.
1 bogey all week long, as you pointed out, Sue-Ann. Incredible golf. That's probably more impressive than making 13 birdies for the week. This was a long-range birdie putt at 15. That really put the exclamation mark on the tournament. It put the tournament beyond doubt. Had about 5 putts to win here at 18. Really didn't matter what she did there. And a tap in for a par and a 3-shot win. A special moment in this young lady's career. Three-shot win for Princess Mary Superal. 18-year-old Kokona Sakurai was a revelation this week, finishing in a share of 4th, but the amateur pair of Patricia Shinalungan, the locals, and Christina Yoko, really, really impressive as well.
And then Hyo-Joo Kim really not having her A game this week, but still coming in top 8. It just goes to show the quality of her game.
So Yeon Yu, she's a 2-time major champion. She's had 96 career top 10s on the LPGA Tour. And let's take a look at some of her highlights from the final round. That was a birdie putt at 3.
Struggled all day yesterday with a ball striking, but came back today, found something in her swing towards the end of her round yesterday. Brought it forward to this one.
That was the second shot at the following hole, number 4. This was at 9 for a birdie. That moved her within 2 shots of the lead at the time. I bet at 17. Almost made an ace. It ran about 10 feet past, and she poured that in for a birdie, earning plenty of claps from her playing partners and teammates. She wasn't done. She had 1 hole to play, and this was for a birdie at 18. And to cap off a fantastic week. So Yeon Yu, well done, 2nd place. Well, let's head down to Mr. Jung Tae Kim, chairman of the Asian Golf Ladies Forum, to present the Simone Asia Pacific Team Cup to the winning team.
Keep going, hold the trophy up for us, guys. Get some photos. And we're going to do the interview now. And girls,
Soyeon, Gomi, congratulations. Must have been a fun week. What was the key for the two of you this week?
First of all, like Bomi played on the JLPGA, I play on the LPGA, so we haven't played together for a while. And then just being here as a team was really amazing. And then I had so much fun. And then she definitely helped me out a lot when I struggled yesterday. So I think just having a really good friendship definitely helped a lot to win this tournament.
And Bomi, your thoughts?
어땠어, 언니?
나? 너랑 같이 3일 치는 것도 너무 좋았는데 이렇게 우승까지 해서 너무 좋았어.
She really enjoyed to play with me for 3 days, and then she's really happy to win.
Well, that's great. And so this is a new event, a new format. Give us your thoughts on the week and what do you think this kind of tournament means for ladies Asian golf?
You know, if you think about the LPGA Tour, a lot of the Asian players dominating on the tour, and then compared to that, I feel like Asian Tour is not strong enough. So hopefully this is the great milestone to make Asian Tour stronger.
Thank you both and congratulations.
It has been a fantastic week for So Yeon Ryu and Bo Mi Lee. So Yeon Ryu, as I mentioned, a two-time major champion. Bo Mi Lee, 21 wins on the Japan LPGA. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this final round. Princess Mary Superl, that was a birdie putt at number 4. Third birdie in a row in this final round. And this is the 5th after missing the green left. Momoka Kobori, second shot, not an easy chip.
She's put on a short game clinic all this week. This. Wow, that was just such a lovely chip. And then moving along to the 8th, Lydia Ko for a birdie long range putt. We've talked all week about how good of a putter she is. Well, she's proved it.
Yeah, burned a lot of edges this week. Not so there at the 8th. Most difficult hole on the golf course, at least statistically. Princess Mary Superl, the 10th, making it look easy. That was her 4th birdie of the day. We'll go up to 15. The 18-year-old Japanese phenom, Kokona Sakurai. This was for birdie to get to -3. Beautifully done. Same hole, sorry, Bo Mi Lee.
For a birdie, what a good putt. I mean, she looked like she was just having so much fun out there today. Being a part of a team, something they don't get to play very often. And then Princess, this really sealed the deal today for a long-range birdie on the 15th. Still just cool as a cucumber.
Something about this 15th green, because Lydia Ko, she had a lot of trouble up here from T2 green, but is able to save par there with a beautiful putt down the hill. One of our favourite players, Suan, this young lady from Thailand, PK. What a way to finish.
Oh, this has got to feel good. You can tell from that reaction. Tied 4th this week. She should be very, very proud in a fairly strong field of women. And over to the 17th, difficult par 3. Soyeon teeing up on the right-hand side of this tee box, trying to play a little draw in there. Landed it beautifully and just
3 inches away from a Hyundai Stargazer.
And then this great putt to seal the deal for the team event.
I just love it. Teammates clapping and play partners clapping. It's awesome. Great camaraderie all week here in Jakarta. And then on the final hole, the 21-year-old amateur from Indonesia, the local Christina Yoko. Beautifully done. A birdie to finish. She finished inside the top 10.
And what a great week it's been for the Indonesians. Two in the top 10.
Incredible. Both amateurs as well. So Yeon Ryu, that birdie putt gave her outright second place. Fantastic week. Let's head back down to the 18th green and we'll head down to Mr. Kenny Park to present the Simone Asia Pacific Cup to our champion, Princess Mary Superl.
Princess, many congratulations. What a fantastic win. Please tell us, what does this win mean for you?
It's pretty special to me because this is my first international win as a pro. So I've been waiting for this like this kind of opportunity. So I'm very happy. Yeah.
Well, as well you should be. You played so solid this week. You were under par each round. What was the key for you this week in terms of your game?
Like I said yesterday, I was just minding my own business. I was just really focused on my own game. So I think that really helped me a lot. Yeah.
And you enjoyed playing with the likes of Lydia and Soyeon and the other top players?
Yes, yes. I was like very nervous, but I just said to myself that I'm happy that I'm gonna play with them because it's like once in a lifetime. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it'll be once in a lifetime. I mean, and you obviously didn't let it bother you. Give us your thoughts on this event, on the format, playing with your countrywoman, Pauline, and, the support for ladies Asian golf.
Yes, this event is really, it's really big. And going to this tournament, I didn't know that the LPGA players will, gonna play. And it's like a big opportunity to us, young players, to see them play. So that's really a lot. And like Soyeon Ryu said on the opening ceremony, this is, as a pro, it's hard for us to represent our country by team, and that's really big for us because we get to represent our country.
Well, that's great. And then lastly, anybody you'd like to thank for supporting you?
Yes, I would like to thank the AJLF, Hannah Bank, and the Simone Cup, and also the course, the Pontoc Indah Golf Course. And I would like to thank my sponsor, ICTSI, and Orchard Golf and Country Club, and especially Mr. Razon for supporting us.
Well, that's fantastic, Princess. Many, many congratulations, and all the best for the rest of the year.
It has been a terrific week for our champion there, Princess Mary Superil, and I think the gentleman who interviewed her then was exactly right. It's not once in a lifetime that she's going to be playing with these superstars. She's now a superstar herself.
I'm sure we'll be seeing her name on plenty of leaderboards. Let's take a look at this final putt on the 18 up the hill. Didn't need to make that. Tap in for a 3-shot lead and a win for this young lady. What a week it's been for her, and just to be that mature and disciplined to not let the big names get to her.
Well, she said she was nervous. It certainly didn't appear that way playing with the best players, and probably too modest to say as well that she felt very, very comfortable out there. Really has been a thrilling week here in Jakarta. We've seen some fantastic golf and witnessed many future stars. Congratulations to Princess Mary Superil, who is our champion. Congratulations also to Team Korea on their victory. From Suan Hang, all of our hard-working team, I'm Ewan Porter. Thank you for watching. So long from the 2022 Simone Asia Pacific Cup.